Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.
Welcome to Geekenders. Hello.
Yep. We were trying to figure out which person from the Black Eyed Peas we were. And I realized, obviously, Dodger is App, and I'm Will.i.am, but I couldn't remember the other guy's name. None of us are Fergie. We're not cool enough to be Fergie.
No,
I couldn't remember, but then at the very end, I found out his name was Taboo, which that's Crendor 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Which sounds kind of like a Kirby villain. You know how in like there's like Taboo, and they show up. It's kind of reminds me of, which I understand. I agree. I'm a Kirby villain.
Yeah,
you are, man.
They were still mid-conversation in that when we needed to come in. So I came in a little hot, and I apologize for that. But it was to overpower the Will.i.am conversation that was still going on.
I was excited to find out that his name was Taboo. Yeah. That's a great name.
It is good.
Yeah.
I do like how every time I'm on one of these, people are like, it's really just Cox and Crendor with Dodger there, like yelling to talk over them.
No. This is Geekenders. This podcast is called the Geekenders.
You mean it's not youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast?
It's the Geekenders with special guest Crendor.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right. If it wasn't made clear.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You're on our podcast.
Our show.
Oh.
Yeah. But I do
youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast.
I have heard though that there's a Cox and Crendor thing. Is there a Cox and Crendor thing?
It's a thing for sure.
It is a thing. It might be why this is on Thursday and not Friday.
Oh, do tell. Go on.
Oh boy.
Well, there will be a live show. I believe it's our 5th live show. Actually, it might be 6. It's 5 or 6. I don't remember.
Is it potentially sold out? So pitching it doesn't do anything. Okay, fantastic. Keep going.
Yeah, no, this doesn't matter at all.
Continue.
And Jesse will be getting here tomorrow. So tomorrow's I take Jesse around and give him the Kren experience day. We always have one of those.
Can I go? Wait. Can I guess?
Mm-hmm.
The Kren experience. Does it involve? Do you go get coffee somewhere and go to IKEA? Are those two things that happen?
We have done that. This time,
it was an experience, yes.
It was an experience. Every time it's been different. We've gone, last time we went to the art museum.
Okay.
That was fun. Just analyzing art. Then we always...
That sounds like a thing you guys would be very good at, yeah.
Yeah, and then we always end up going to like a douchey restaurant. So this time I'm taking Jesse to a douchey wine place.
Ooh.
I'm very excited.
I want to go to a douchey wine place. Can I come next time?
You should be in Chicago.
Yeah, you should. You should have bought a ticket.
I've never gone.
Oh my God. If you and Sam come here, I'll give you the Chicago. I'll give you the true Chicago.
Okay.
100%.
Give me the Chicago.
Yeah, which
that's
always
what they call it out
involves
there.
At least a deep dish and a Portillo's. You need a deep dish and a Portillo's. That's
Portillo's?
The first.
Get a milkshake with a cake in it. Yep.
They got the cake shake. Yep.
You should. You should. Else, what are you doing?
No.
What are you doing?
That doesn't sound good.
Portillo's is the in and out of the Midwest, specifically Chicago.
Okay.
But honestly, I'd say it's better than In-N-Out. You got more food. You get more staples. Yeah, your
then
Italian
we gotta go.
You're Polish.
Drink soup out of a cup at medieval times.
Yep, you gotta do that.
Another thing I've never done.
Oh yeah, you gotta do that.
I tried to start a revolution at medieval times. It was great.
You really did. Like
all the waiters were like serfs, and I was like, "Rise up, my serf brothers! The queen is evil. We'll take her down." And they were like, "No one's ever said that before, sir." And I was like, "Don't lie to me."
Yeah, it's
Good time.
You really did. He's not even joking. Like that was
No,
the full
I really tried. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do that. Then the next day we do the live show. We stand on a stage for an hour plus and just do this, and we talk, and everyone, the people that run the
shout at
venue,
us. Yeah,
the people that run the venue are always like, "How do you guys keep going? You can keep going. This is great." And we're just like, "I don't know. It's what we do."
Yep.
Every time, it's fun, and then everybody hangs out.
We do.
You know,
There's
I think
the same
about
people
that
keep showing up.
sometimes. That if I needed to put together like a CV or something for the future, like what do I write down as a special skill aside from can talk for a few hours in a row? You know, that's a niche ability. I feel like.
It is. Which,
I'm proud of all of us for using that skill. But,
yeah. I don't know how to help you. Yeah, I don't.
I always tell people that try to get into streaming because, like, a lot of people that are like the smaller streamers, they don't do that. And I think we just got that skill from doing Let's Plays and being on YouTube. And so you just learn how to talk to yourself sitting there with nobody there being like, what do we got over here? Oh, a letter. I must open that. What do we got? And then when you just do that when you stream. But people don't do that when they start streaming because they've never done it. So they just sit there like.
Yeah, I a few times now people have come into my chat being like, what do you like? What do you think is how do you like get started feeling comfortable? And I'm like, I'm the wrong person to ask because I did a goddamn daily coffee vlog sitting in a room by myself for years. That's how I like built up this skill. I don't recommend doing what I did. It takes too long. You get the skill. The skill does not come quickly. It takes a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, like, I remember, like, listen, we started doing this like 15 years ago. I made my YouTube channel in 2009. All right. I always say back when I uploaded.
Every time we talk about this, we add a year.
I started in 2009. It has been 15 years. All right.
Yeah, old man.
You go watch a video of me and being sitting in my car vlogging. I don't have hair and I don't have a beard. And I'm like, oh. All right. You go watch that if you want. And then
he really, I don't know how old he was, but he really seems like a child.
He was a sweet, a smooshy baby. Yeah.
No, not a smooshy baby. A little tiny stick child.
I was
a little bundle of sticks wrapped together in white cloth. Hi, everyone. I'm
true.
So excited. It's me, Crendor.
My ligaments and joints weren't even fully developed yet. I was just a rubber band.
Yeah.
But if you go back to then, you'll see that when I would upload videos, all right, like if I'd make a WoW video and upload it, like, let's see how this does in the algorithm. There was like no competition. It was me, like the official World of Warcraft channel, and like two people that were like, I need to stop making like old archaic videos on my like editing software. And it was just me. I would upload a video. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm number 2 in the algorithm. Now it's like every day it's just flooded with like a bunch of shit.
None of us were utilizing the word algorithm yet.
No,
that's true. We were just really excited anyone watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was less algorithm and more did MMO Champion pick it up and put it on their front page.
Yeah.
That's what it was really. Like, how do we get their attention? Do we write them? What do we do? I cheated. I would go on the Warcraft forums and I would go everywhere and I would post my video and then I'd get everyone in my guild to reply to it. And then I would because early on, you could switch your account to different characters that you had. So I just switched to a different character, go in and be like, this is awesome. Like every few hours, it would be back in the front page. And that's how I did it. Oh, I cheated. I cheated like crazy.
Too.
My God.
I would send my shit to like all the blogs. I remember the WoW Movie Watch blog guy. Every time I made a video, I'm like, here you go. And he's like, great, I got stuff to post now. And then that would get a bunch of views from there. Like forums. I'd post my shit on the forums. They're like, you're spamming. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Ban me. And they never did. I just kept posting it.
Wow, you guys are rebels.
Yeah.
You guys are so cool.
You had to fight for your space. Not all of us could be like, hey, I'm the it girl drinking coffee, talking about like my life and games and stuff. Like Crendor and I, we've shown the photo before. We were goobers, like full on big goobers. Dodger's over here with her like Dodger hair, being like, "Hey guys, I'm making a video, and I hope you all follow me."
I would argue still goober, just a different.
What?
I would argue.
How have you know we
hold
are
on.
peak physical specimens right now?
No.
We are
Hold on. No. You're misunderstanding. You are misunderstanding me. You're misunderstanding. You're misunderstanding me.
I don't think so.
All three of us were different flavors of goober, is what I'm saying.
Right.
I wasn't saying you're still
flavor,
a goober,
like
but you are. So suck it up, dude.
No, this is like one of those things where you get like those jelly beans, and Dodger was like, cherry, but Crendor and I were like dirt flavored and poo flavored. Yeah, we're all jelly beans, but like, did you see 15-year-ago Jesse and Crendor? No. Those are straight up goobers.
It was pretty bad, yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Did you see how many bracelets I wore at a time? What was I doing? What was I trying to do?
You were very hip.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, your
now
problem
you're a mom.
was
You're
just
less
like,
cool.
man, I had bracelets and I had mugs.
I've done this when it comes to like coolness, I think.
Oh, no, agreed. Crendor and I are way cooler than you now. Like, that is a fact. That is a known fact. You are
100%
extremely uncool.
If you go back, there's a 2011 BlizzCon interview, which is the first time I met Jesse in real life. All right? And I remember I got interviewed by Trade Chat. You can look up Trade Chat Crendor interview. It is the most awkward interview.
Oh, my God.
It is the most awkward interview you will ever see. She was just like, so what's your favorite game? And I was like, my favorite game is Diablo. I'm just kidding. It is World of Warcraft. And I was like, holy shit. It was like, I played World of Warcraft from like 2004 to like 2011. I didn't go outside. I didn't interact with humans. All right. I didn't know how to talk. And it was just, so I was like, here I am, Crendor on the scene. And that was it.
I don't know why I wasn't expecting that voice.
That's what
that's it. That's the voice. It's true.
Yeah. And it slowly morphed over time. That's why, dude, I was rewatching, I do one react day a week, and I was reacting to CoxCon 2015. Yeah. Okay. Me and Sam had a panel. Maybe one of the worst panels of all time. Like, genuinely, I'm not even joking. It's one of the worst panels of all time. We sat there, and I was like, Sam, what are you doing? And he's like, oh no. And then we ate Nando's on the panel for half of it. We literally just sat there eating, and then I like looked at my phone for questions. We even like asked the audience. I just looked at my phone, being like, somebody said, Sam, how do you stay fit? And he's like, I don't stay fit. And I was like, oh, okay, you could go watch it. It's on YouTube. It's one of the worst panels of all time.
Wait, is this the panel where the Sam song was created or sang for the masses? Okay.
Yeah, it was either it had just been created or it was created then.
Best panel of all time then.
Here's the thing.
I don't care what surrounded the song.
Right. I would edit that song if I could, because now looking back on it, it was like, I'm Sam Strippin, I am. Hail from the great UK. From a family of footballers, but I play video games all day. And that's like, I'm Sam Strippin. No, I'm Sam Strippin. I'm Sam Strippin. I am.
Yeah.
It cuts there. And I was like, why did I cut there? I could have kept going. Like, it needed that, like, it needed that, like, that ending.
Did it?
Right? It did. Well, it didn't, but it would have made it better. And so if I could go back and change one thing, I would have added an extended ending. Yeah.
Well, I mean, sometimes things are the way they are. You don't want to become the George Lucas of Sam Strippin songs. We just keep going back and adding like special effects to it. And like, well, I changed the ending because it wasn't the original intention of my ending. Like, let it go. It exists. It's already it's the people's now.
I've let it go. I'm not going to change it. I'm just saying I would.
Yeah, we don't need the Snyder cut of the Sam Strippin song. We're good.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Also, I would
still watch it though. Yeah.
I watched you and Sam have your panel in 2015 as well.
Us.
Yep. And there was one thing that stood out, and I want to ask you about it. If you now that you live in the UK, all right, now you know the environment, the cultural things, right?
I'm worried. I'm nervous now. Yeah. What's
so
up?
you brought up making cheesy toast, cheesy whatever, and Sam was like the most insulted I've ever seen him. Because he was like, you tried to make it, she grilled, or you toasted 2 pieces of bread and then put like cheese between the toasted bread.
Yeah. Yep.
And you didn't like melt the cheese in the sand. So I'm curious, like, if you remember that and have you changed?
I've never made it ever again.
All right.
I said, if I do it so bad, you make it, dude. And that was it.
Now he makes it?
I don't think he's made it either. It is.
That was like a post-traumatic moment.
It's gone.
Wow.
Eradicated from our life.
Damn. It's like you were like, you know what? Fine. If I'm not gonna make it, and if you're not gonna make it, no one's gonna make it. No one's gonna have it.
I don't give a shit. It's not food that I care about or want to eat. It was just for you, my dude. And you got on stage and said it was shit, then you make it. And he's never made it. So he obviously doesn't give a shit about it either. What?
Do you do grilled cheese sandwiches?
Oh, yeah. Because we got that Foreman, dude. We got the knockoff Foreman.
How do you make your grilled cheese?
I've had Foreman. I understand. It got me through college.
Yeah, but how do you grill your cheese?
You know what?
What do you mean?
Can I be honest with you? Since we had this Invicta episode, I've done the mayo thing, and it's great.
It's pretty good, right?
I'm a fan.
Oh, are you putting mayonnaise on the bread instead of butter?
Instead of butter.
Yeah.
I've done it.
That's a common thing.
Bro, I had never heard of this before. I've done it with quesadillas. I've now done it with grilled cheeses and a tuna melt. And all of them, it's been great.
Yeah. I mean, it's really just like oil and egg.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it makes sense. I just never would have thought of it. Anyways, shout out to Simnicta. That was a great tip. Anyway, so yeah, grilled cheese. I put cheese between bread, and then I now put mayo on the outside, and I throw it on the Foreman, and that's it.
Interesting. So you don't do like a stovetop kind of deal. You're like, I want both sides cooked at the same time. I want the thing done.
Yeah.
That's all. You're kind of making a panini more than anything.
Yeah. Whatever gets
it. Really a
you're taking the sandwich and you're pressing it. You're pressing the sandwich.
Whatever gets it out of the shit cooked faster. That's what wins for me.
That's fine. I'm just saying it's like a panini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not even making a grilled cheese sandwich. It's more like a panini, Tucker. I'm not sure how it's done overseas, but I feel like it's a panini. Okay.
Also, the other like third of that panel was me and Sam debating British food because he was like, "Hey, it's like toads in a blanket or whatever." And toads in a blanket is literally just like hot dogs and a casserole or some shit, and they don't even look like toads.
Toad in the hole. Toad in the hole. Is that what you're talking about?
Toad in the hole. That's what it is. They don't look like toads. Like if they looked like little round toad things, I'd get it. But they're hot dogs.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something else instead of a toad in the hole. Like I don't know. Anything that's more like a wiener dog in the hole or something. I don't know. Anything. Right.
Right.
I just don't. I don't understand the British.
Me neither.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm looking at year 5, deep in the eyeballs of year 5 of being over here, and I'm still like, I don't know what the fuck anybody's doing or talking about.
Yeah. To be fair, even after Sam's moved back, he's become a Viking in a cave.
Crendor and I
slowly degrading.
Crendor and I have decided to call Sam the McDonald's Viking, and it's very appropriate.
Yeah. Every time I go in, I'm just like, Sam, how you feeling? The other day I tuned in, he was just like, I had a brand deal, but I had to stay. I woke up at 8 a.m. and then I went to bed at 9 a.m. and I had to get up at 11 a.m. And then I didn't sleep, and then I drank a Monster, and then I'm here, and then he's like yawning. I'm like, "Are you okay?"
He just needs to get it. He just needs to get it like his.
He's never okay.
He's good.
Yeah. My shoulder blades, they're like fried. I have like rotator cuff dysfunction. My neck is broken. I'm like, how are you? How are you like walking? Like I don't understand. But he's still going. I don't know.
Going. God bless. Love that man.
I'm like, have you considered streaming like 8 hours instead of 10 hours and just taking 2 hours less to just, like
no, because what would happen is he just played League of Legends those 2 extra hours.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he'd be more irritable. He'd be like, I just spent 2 hours losing in League.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know how, how we were talking about like encouraging people to stream if we think they'd be good at it.
Right.
I was sorry. I promise this makes sense.
Please, you're saving us. Thank you.
Our vet, I took the dog to the vet today to get its like last round of vaccines, and the vet was like, "You're wearing a Twitch shirt. Are you a streamer?" And I was like, "I am." And she was like, "I tried streaming, but the only game I play is League. And that game really sucks to stream." I was like, "Yeah, dude, what the fuck are you doing?" It's like, "Don't stream League. What? Don't stream League, dude."
Yeah.
Anything else, dude.
Oh, yeah.
The thing with League is you stream it for 2 reasons. One is you're good at it and you're like one of the best. And 2 is you get so tilted and mad that people love watching it. And that's it. It's one of the 2. There's no in between. Otherwise, you're just bad at it. Nobody wants to watch that. Or otherwise, you die and you're like, oh, geez. Nobody wants to. They want to watch like Tyler 1 be like, fucking screaming into his shit.
I think that, Crendor, your biggest problem is you don't get mad.
League has made me mad.
No. Your mad is not mad. Your mad is like, oh, I'm going to spin your Denny's Grand Slam. Like, that's your mad.
Right.
You don't get mad. You get like, cool. You make noises. You don't get like, oh, I'm going to burn this building down. You get like, cool.
No, it's good though. Because I'll tell you what. In the past, I've put Crendor streams on when I felt sleepy. And I know, Crendor, you've been told this a million times. Yep. I put Crendor streams on when I was sleepy because I know that man isn't going to pull a Dodger and be just like having a nice time and then suddenly go, nah! I know that's not going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. I agree. I have spent multiple times over the last few months putting on him playing Pokemon because here's what happens. Crendor, love you, dude. You suck at Pokemon. So watching him lose repeatedly at Pokemon, and he doesn't get mad. He goes like, go. He like makes noises, and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. And then I go to bed, and you know what? Here's the thing. I'll wake up the next day and be like, I wonder how he did. Still doesn't beat it.
All right, 3 things.
Defend yourself. Yeah.
First thing, number 1, Dodger thing's true. I remember Lethal Company when we played that one Dodger scream was like shattered the sound barrier.
Yeah.
Number 2, all right, League of Legends. It's kind of like road rage. I do get some road rage, but there was a time me and Gmart were playing and we were like about to get promoted and we were losing. And I was genuinely just like, what the fuck you doing? I was like getting actually mad. And he was like, no, you're fucking it. And we just like had silence. And I was like, this is pretty bad. Like it was genuinely starting to break us. That was after like hours and hours of ranked League, which will like break anybody. And then Pokemon. Okay, the whole point of Pokemon, it's Kaizo Ironmon. This is like one of the hardest challenges known to any Pokemon player. And not only that, we're playing Super Kaizo Ironmon, which has not even been beaten by anybody except for like 2 people in the Discord that were like, I beat it, and they have no visual like proof of anything that they beat it. So granted, I haven't beaten normal Kaizo either, but that's kind of rough.
You revved up.
It doesn't change what the stream is, though.
The stream is
you
just
repeatedly losing and not getting mad. You just go like, we're dead.
Well, that's the fun of it. It's not just like you lost. It's more like you pull a slot machine lever. Every run is a slot machine lever. And it's just kind of like, oh, let's see what we get this time. It's all randomized, which is the fun of it.
Yeah, but like you keep doing it. Yeah. I would have, just for the record, so people understand this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Original Kaizo, Crendor has 7,000 plus runs of failure.
Yeah.
Super Kaizo, at least 3,000 plus runs of failure.
Yep.
And subpar Kaizo, I'm going to say maybe 1,000. I don't know.
I'm at 5.
But what I'm saying is a pile of failures. So many failures.
Right.
I would have stopped 20 in. I'd be like, I don't even know this game. This game's stupid. This is stuff.
Well,
I would not have made it that far.
That's because you don't like RNG types of things.
Not one bit. Nope.
Yeah, I love RNG.
No, I do not.
I mean, I literally, my off like computer hobby is Warhammer, where you just roll dice. Like, I love that. I do feel like with something like
the Kaizo Ironmon stuff and all of that. There are doers and watchers for sure. I will watch. I will watch anybody do that shit because it's interesting to watch. I have zero desire to play it, and I assume Jesse's the same. It's I mean,
I have like a desire to try it, but I haven't learned a damn thing about Pokemon since Silver Gold back in the, and that was 20 years ago, y'all. I have not kept up at all. The last thing I was like, I like Togepi because that's a cutie pie. Crendor would probably be like, Togepi is useless. A useless Pokemon that does absolutely nothing.
It is. It has like 240 BST or some shit.
There you go. See?
I don't even know what's BST. I don't know what that is.
Base stat totals. You want high BST because you get more stats spread out across your Pokemon profile. The point is, listen, I'm the opposite of you guys. It's like the reverse. I like watching people like you stream story games and like play through it. But me playing a story game, I swear to God, I'm gonna like fall asleep while I'm playing it. They're just like, hello, hero, what are you going over here for, Johnson? She's like, Johnson, I can't believe you did it. We're going over here for this quest and you did the thing. What's my dialogue option? And then you have like 10 dialogue options. I'm like, oh my God, I just want to give me some sort of like RNG dopamine competitive hit, dude. I'm losing it. I think I just need that like that adrenaline hit.
This is why it's nice to have friends that are all into different genres of games, you know? Yeah. I will play maybe like 2 hours of a survival game and then be like, and that's that. And now I'm done. Right. But I know that my sweet love Sam is going to no life that shit and have built 18 bases by the time he's done with his first stream. And I can just go watch him and it's all fine. So
yeah, different strokes.
Different strokes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I was going to mention Baldur's Gate 3. That's why Baldur's Gate 3, I think, was so good for everybody. Like, it had that RNG dice rolling element. It had the story. It had everything. And so I think that's what made it so fun. Like, you're just crafting your own thing. Plus, Jesse's losing it. I kind of want to keep talking just so he can talk. So that's
no. I know where this is going. And I humbly request we add Dodger to this.
Oh,
okay.
Crendor.
So
we need Dodger involved.
Okay. So yeah, I hadn't played Baldur's Gate 3 in a while, and I realized there's mods. Okay, so I was checking out all the mods, and I was like, I know what
you're about to talk about. Keep going.
I was like, I can finally do my Goblin playthrough that I've been wanting to do for so long. And like, there's mods you can add and make it fun. And then Jesse was like, yo, you want to do a Goblin playthrough? I want to be a Goblin in a Goblin playthrough. So I mean, yeah, if you want to join in on the Goblin playthrough.
Oh my gosh. I thought you were going to I mean, yes. Yeah, of course, I'm in. I thought you were going to talk about the mod that turns it into a roguelite.
Oh, yeah, people are saying that too.
Because I'm really curious about that.
Yeah, I'd play that too.
Because that's that's one of my genres, you know.
No save Goblin mode. No reloads, no nothing.
When you die, if he dies, he dies.
We're just goblins hanging out. Like, imagine what would happen.
No one will live.
I mean, or we save the universe and we're the best like heroes ever.
Yeah.
True.
There's gonna be funny deaths. That's what it boils down to.
Wait, so if, say, hypothetically, I died the second the game started,
right?
Do I bounce or do I build a new Gobbo?
Well, you wouldn't. I mean, like death. It'd be like if you like died and we couldn't recover. Like you can resurrect people in game. Like no reload. Like if there's
I got
like
you.
if you cease to exist,
no scumming.
Yeah, no scumming. Yeah. Whatever choices we make are the choices we make.
Right.
But like there's the scrolls in game exist for a reason.
I didn't even save scum when I played. I just let everything happen. I never saved scum.
I still haven't beaten Act 1 in that game.
What?
Like you got to play with us. Act 2 is awesome. Act 2 slaps. It's so much fun.
Insane, yeah. I got to Act 3 and then I kind of slowed down there. So I didn't really go through Act 3.
Act 3 is like a whole other game. There's another 50 hours in Act 3. It's crazy. However, depending on what you do in Acts 1 and 2, there may not be much. When I was doing Jesse the Evil, when you get to Act 3, half the quests are not available because you have murdered everyone.
Oh, dude, I can probably get through Act 3. I get through Act 3 in like 10 minutes then.
Yeah. It's like, oh, there's not much to actually do. One of the best part is there's a quest in Act 3 where the newspaper is going to write like a slanderous story about you, about how you're a terrible person. And so you can do a whole thing. You sneak in, you change what the newspaper headline's going to be, this whole thing. Or if you're evil, you're just like, go on. And it's great. I was like, I don't have to do that quest. I don't even care about them. Sure, write evil things about me. I'll be murdering the town guard. It's wonderful. Goblins? Can you imagine the goofery? I am so excited.
Yeah. Let's gobbo.
No,
that sounds so fun.
Yeah, let's gobbo. And then I'll roguelite too. I'll do the roguelite thing.
I want to be the ugliest goblin that ever existed, called Schlorpo. Schlorpo the goblin. And he's just the shortest, ugliest goblin you can make.
Yep.
See, the last goblin that I made that I would love to remake, I think would be a very good foil to you because his name is Gabbio and he's the most beautiful goblin.
Oh my, yes.
So, so I feel like we have good synergy here.
I feel like if we're going to do this, we have to also make our stats like 0 charisma. I have 0 charisma. Like not even like a 9 or an 8, like 0.
Right.
Yeah, all my we need to change it up so our characters are just exactly who we are.
Yeah.
Just goofy characters. We can mess with stats in the beginning. I'm sure there's a mod for that where you can really change up the stats in the beginning and be like, no, 0 charisma,
0,
all strength.
There's mods for
0
everything.
charisma, 0 intellect, 0 wisdom, all strength. That's it. Like 28 strength out the gate.
Mods
just like,
there's a mod that lets you play like a billion different fantasy races. There's a mod that lets you like level up faster. There's a mod that lets you like it changes classes or adds classes. Like there's one that's like, this makes druid actually good. They just do that. Like, okay.
Great.
Yeah.
No.
I do think that they're adding official mod support in like a month and a half or 2 months or something. Right now you have to like download all these mod packs and mod things and all that. So
it's rough. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in 2 months it'll probably be easier, September.
Let me just pitch.
Yeah.
That Dodger, your character is a warlock, a handsome, charismatic warlock.
Yes.
I am one of those warriors that literally only has an attack, no other skills. I don't want anything. Just literally, I just swing a sword, no other skills, nothing.
Right.
You can do nothing else except attack with a sword. That's it.
Great.
And Crendor, you should be a rogue or a rogue type-ish character where your whole thing is you run around and steal stuff from people. That's your entire mechanic. That's all you do is steal things from people.
Does a druid have a rogue ability?
I think so.
I imagine it would.
Yeah, because you can do a bunch of like druid, like you turn into like sneaky cats and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I would do that. Then I would talk to the animals.
Perfect.
Always.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dodger could be a bard too. Ooh, charismatic bard.
Yeah.
I just want to be. I know there's a few jobs. About to say jobs. I know there's a few classes that literally have no discernible skills. It's like they have 3 buttons the entire game. That's what I want. I want where I have no actual.
You want to just press 1 over and over again.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I want is like just to get in there. And he's so unga bunga. He's just like bwomp, bwomp, bwomp. That's what I want.
I was
Guys.
thinking.
Sorry, this is so off topic, but I have made a truly disgusting coffee. And I knew it was happening as I was making it, but I decided that I needed to just commit and drink it. And now every taste is pain. And I just want you to know that.
What?
How do you make it?
How do you, the coffee lady, have this problem?
Here's what I did.
Oh boy.
And as I was, again, I want you all to know, as I was doing it, I knew it was a mistake. Okay? Okay. I made a French press a couple of hours ago, and there was still a little bit of it left. So I poured it in, and I heated it up, and I thought to myself, there isn't enough there. I need more.
How did you heat it up?
In the microwave. I know. So step one.
That's already terrible.
Step one, burned it in the microwave. Step two, there isn't enough coffee in here. So
it's just watered down dirt water?
So I added instant coffee.
What? What?
So I added instant coffee to my very nice French press coffee that I burned in the microwave. I added I added instant coffee and then heated up the kettle, added the kettle water, and then I was like, okay, time to add sugar.
This is like, you're just like a kid playing an alchemy thing in the kitchen, where you just let them do whatever, and there's like,
it just keeps getting worse and worse. It's shocking.
So, I don't know if I was tired, but I fully picked the thing up and just went like,
just like a bunch of, what is happening?
So I dumped, I want to say like 2 full tablespoons of sugar.
And your decision wasn't, well, this is terrible, I should pour this out and just make a cup of instant coffee. You said, it's fine, it'll do, and just started making, and it's like,
and I brought it up
terrible,
here.
and I'm gonna keep drinking it.
And I've had 3 sips of it on camera, and I think if you go back on the tapes, every time I take a sip, I go,
You didn't think I should pour this out.
No.
I should just make another cup.
No.
Yeah, by the way, Dodger has a coffee company.
I do.
Yeah.
The French press coffee was a coffee from my company. And it was delicious. There just wasn't enough of it. I just ruined it. I did multiple steps in a row to make sure that it tasted nothing like the original product and is awful. So
that's why when you get Dodger coffee, you need to check out the Crendor blend that is soon to be happening. That's right. I've been collaborating with coffee owner and coffee connoisseur, as we've just learned, Dex Bonus, to create my own coffee blend. Yay! And I have it right here. Look at that. It's backwards on the screen, so you can't even read it.
The Midnight Sloth Dark Roast.
Yeah, it's a Midnight Sloth Dark Roast. Look at that. It's got the little stars. He's hanging on the moon. It's
very cute.
It's good enough that you don't have to pour 2 pounds of cream and sugar into it.
What? Can I just say, can I say for the record, awesome logo. It took me a sec to figure out exactly what it was. I realized it was a moon, but I thought it was, I realized it's a sloth now, but I thought it was a sack slung on the moon and it was your face. Show it again. I thought it was you in a little bundle hanging from the moon because it was Midnight Roast. I thought that was your face in a little bundle and you were like a baby and it was like.
If you want it to be, it can.
Oh my God.
I was like, that's so cute. It's like baby Crendor. And he's hanging
it's a little baby Crendor in a little sack.
He's tired. Yeah.
Yeah. But listen, I don't put anything in my coffee. I drink it black. I'm drinking it right now. It's great. You can make it without putting anything in it, and it's great. That's how I judge coffee.
It's great.
Yeah, same way I judge my wine or anything. I drink it without additives.
Dude, we've been working on this roast for
it's been a while.
It feels like forever. So I'm very excited. Yeah, it comes out on the 16th at DodgerCoffeeCo.com. So we're very excited.
Yes, it's we had 2 other roasts and then we had 2 other roasts and then coffee stuff happened and I couldn't use those roasts and then I got a different roast test and I was like, dude, I think I like this one more. So actually I'm happy that happened.
Sometimes fortuitous shit happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy with it. It tastes good. And that's really it. As long as it tastes good, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Just don't drink it like Dodger does.
Just
don't put other coffee in it and then
microwave it, put instant coffee in it, and then load it up with sugar. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't recommend that for most things.
It will not taste like the Midnight Sloth Dark Roast blend. It will not taste the same.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
Midnight Sloth sounds like a DJ. like a late night DJ.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Midnight Sloth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you both did the same bit at the same time. That was very impressive.
Yeah, you might say that we've done a podcast together
it's like you guys
for 11
podcast,
years.
Yeah.
We're on episode 430.
Wait, for real?
Yes, for real.
We just did 430.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, that's if you listen to every one episode a day for a year, you're still not going to listen to all of them.
You're still not done. Yeah, you still can't do it all.
It's kind of insane when you think about it.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. You probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
some of those episodes, I'm pretty sure you'd realize that we definitely talked about the same thing like multiple times.
Oh, yeah. We talk about the same thing over like 20 episodes will go by.
Yeah, we've done so many episodes. We've definitely retread some things. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you gotta. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, there's only so much life. You can, like, what are you gonna,
Yeah.
So many of my stories, I feel like I have to at some point say, I've talked about this before, but because I know I've already done it. I know it's already been done. It's just
that's
come back into relevancy for me.
Yeah, when old people talk about all their stories and you're younger, they're just like, they're talking about that again. And now we've become that. We're just like, did you hear about the gallbladder? And they're like, oh God, not the gallbladder again.
I'm telling you, last week, Dodger and I had an old person conversation about Osmosis Jones. And I was like, oh my God, we are the old people trying to come up with like, who was in this movie? Yes. Oh, you know, the guy. Like, I'm convinced we're there. We've already crossed that line. We are, if you're 14 and you've stumbled upon this show, my apologies, because I get it now. I understand. I get it.
When I look at my YouTube analytics for my stuff, it is genuinely 56% of my audience is 25 to 34. 21% is 35 to 44. 5% is 45 to 54. And then 55 plus is 3%, and 13 to 17 is 0.3%. So, yeah, there's no youth watching my videos.
The youths are gone.
The youths are not watching.
I will hit you with this. 53% of my audience is 25 to 34. 21% is 35 to 44. 18 to 24, technically 18%. And then the vast majority of the rest is 45 plus 1.8%, 13 to 17. Hello, cool kids. Hello, mature young adults. Thank you for tuning in.
I don't even know how to find this information anymore.
YouTube analytics audience.
If you try to find it on Twitch, it does not exist.
Yeah,
they don't break it down like that. No.
Audience. Yeah. This is for Twitch VODs because I don't make YouTube
Twitch does not break it down like
Twitch
that.
Twitch doesn't tell you anything.
No, I know. I'm saying Twitch VODs that have been taken to YouTube is the analytics I'm going to be looking at here.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. 25 to 34 and 35 to 44. Those are my two big numbers, and then the last one. 8.8% of my viewership is 18 to 24.
Ooh, that's good.
I got a few youngins.
Well, the 13 to 17 is what you got to look for. That's the one that's important. What is your 13 to 17? Do I have the highest 13 to 17? Am I?
Yeah.
You have 0 13 to 17?
And I'm 0.3%.
Am I the coolest?
Yeah. I have 1.7% 45 to 54, and 0.1% is over 65.
Hell yeah. Hello, teens. It's me, your cool friend, Funkle Jesse, here again to bring you some of the deets. What's the sitch? The sitch is, that's yacht. No cap.
That is maybe one of the most old person things I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know what I said.
All right, let's
throw words.
That's cool, Uncle Jesse. Let's wheel you back into your room. I'm telling you, they got it.
Oh my God.
They're just like me, for real.
They sure are. Where's his meds?
Incredibly skibbity of you.
The most skibbity of me, I would say.
Yeah, it's, to be fair, I like the majority of my audience being like 18 to 54. That's solid. You know, that's what 50 say, like practically 90% of it. Pretty solid. I like that.
No,
you know?
I had to reach so deep into my well of internet. I pulled out the first thing that came to my mind. I'm not sure what I said. I genuinely don't know.
Right. Aren't the people that work for you like younger? Maybe that's where you're.
Yeah, but they're all in the baby Gronk. They're baby Gronk and they're skibbities.
Yeah, but even baby Gronk's like old now, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Baby Gronk's pretty old. That's true. Yeah. That's true.
You know what you were missing?
It's like
no. I think what you said was fine. You needed to do the mewing finger, right? I don't know how they do it.
What is that? What is that thing? What is the? Can I do that? Is that a thing?
The heart.
The heart.
This is that's.
The heart fingies. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not cool. Yeah, I'm not cool enough. It's not cool enough.
It's, dude, I don't know. Like, we're getting to the point where even the Zoomers are getting older. Like, the Zoomer stuff is already getting old.
I can't wait for Gen Alpha to become like a thing where we get to see the weird shit they're into. Oh, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
My kid is Gen Alpha, so it's in my house. It's growing in front of me.
What is it? Are there words that Clark's using that are like, like, I guess there's a British version, which is probably like, it's Papa's mama, right?
She's 6, so.
Oh, well, all right. We'll find out eventually. I got to live long enough to know what that is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Keep trucking, dude.
Keep trucking.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to check Gen Alpha slang. What is Gen Alpha slang? Says Old Boomer Network.
Yep.
Sigma.
No.
Sigma's.
Don't do
Sigma's,
Gen Alpha
Sigma's whatever.
slang.
Yeah.
Mog. Looks maxing.
Yeah.
Looks maxing, I like.
Yeah.
Ohio.
Is it because it's weird? Is it like a weird thing? Like that's so Ohio, like it's weird?
Yeah, like it's weird, cringy. Boring.
Right.
Like,
and that's because all those TikToks where it's like, welcome to Ohio. We've got dinosaurs and Dracula. Right. Okay, I get it.
What?
Yeah.
There's like a thing on TikTok where like people make videos about Ohio, but they make Ohio seem cool. Hey, I'm from Ohio.
This isn't
it's not
Alpha,
cool.
though. This is all Zoomer shit, isn't it?
Listen, I don't know.
What is the age range for Alpha?
I think right now it's kind of blending. I think we're in the transition period.
We're in the transitional period between Alpha and Zoomer.
It's like how there's Zillennials. We're at like the Alpha.
I'm a Zillennial.
Zoom. We're like the Zoom Alpha. You're not a Zillennial.
I am.
You are. You're not a Zillennial. A Zillennial is like a late 20s person.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Are you? No. Are you? What?
With an X?
No.
No. If this is a Z, then it should be Zoomennial.
The Zillennials are like the Zoomer millennials.
It should be different then.
Okay. So
and then there's millennial.
Oh, I'm talking about Zennials. Whatever.
You're talking about Zennials. You're a Zennial. This guy doesn't even know he can't even understand.
My bad. Sorry, you added an extra L.
So this
guy's brain rot, dude.
Brain rot.
As we all know, I'm 23.
The oldest.
I've said this before.
The oldest Gen Alpha currently would be 14 years old because Generation Alpha started in 2010.
Yeah, that sounds
right.
So
they do have slang.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's
I think you're right, and it's blending with. I don't think they have anything that's like purely theirs yet. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's because they're all babies.
Because I'm a
tiny baby
Gma now.
They say brain rot is up there, which all right.
I do have that.
Yeah, I did see that there are younger people calling all their friends and groups of people chat. They're just like, "What's up, chat?" But they say that to their friends. I saw that happening. Some guy was talking about his 5th grade class, and he's like, they all call each other chat. I was like, this is Twitch brain rot, dude. I don't like this.
Dude, for real.
For real. We're
part of the problem. We can't even complain about that. It's us. Yeah. We've done this.
We have done this. Yeah, it's gonna be weird watching the impact of YouTube and live streaming with this younger generation. Because I do think it is gonna be super brain rot.
I mean, I feel like no matter what, if we were to go back and look at the things we thought were cool when we were younger, it was equally stupid.
Oh yeah, just plenty of that.
Equally stupid. So like, I don't fault them for like saying stupid shit and weird things because we did equally weird things. I would say sometimes weirder. We laid on shit.
The planking.
That's true.
Yeah.
Planking was a thing.
We just laid on things and took video of it.
And everyone was like, "Oh shit, I gotta do that."
Like that's so much stupider than anything else I can think of. So I'm just saying, I feel like it's one of those things that you do it because it's like you're in the culture, and then people just age differently and find different things they're into, and so then it like fades away. And then we all collectively look at the new thing and we're like, that's stupid. We are so much better than them, completely forgetting the dumb shit we did when we were younger. So
no, I agree.
Go to it, kids. Get nuts.
I'll look back. I watched I've been looking for wild pop culture references for my new video, and I found Charlie the Unicorn, and I was like, "Holy shit! I forgot about Charlie the Unicorn."
Yeah,
and I went back and watched that, and I was like, "This would definitely be a brain rot thing nowadays." Yep. They'd be like brain rot.
Have you seen like the final Charlie the Unicorn that came out just like a year ago or something?
No.
It is a fever dream. The whole obviously. But like, I was so alarmed that a new Charlie the Unicorn came out. It's very long.
I would be too.
And very feverish, yeah.
It'd be the same as if a new Salad Fingers popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, like Salad Fingers. You had just any
Salad Fingers.
Like Cartoon Network old type of like show.
Yeah.
Like there was plenty of stuff where the people our age back then would look at it and be like, "What is this dumb shit?" And now we can look at like Skibbity Toilet and stuff and be like, what? But like the problem nowadays is like the accessibility of it. You're just constantly consuming. Consumption.
I want to make one. I just want to say something.
Okay.
I'm seeing a lot of people talk about Homestar and that whole universe in chat. False. Homestar is timeless. You cannot. I refuse to accept that
HomestarRunner.net. It's .com.
I refuse. Mm-hmm. I refuse to believe that Homestar is of the time. Homestar, Teens Girl Squad, still hilarious this day. Trogdor, hilarious.
Trogdor, yeah.
We can't look at it from a neutral place, though.
Yeah.
That was ours.
No, the kids would still love it. If
we
they
don't
knew
know
it existed, they'd still love it.
We don't know that.
I feel like they would. I feel like they would love it.
Trogdor. Remember that?
I'm going to need you to get Clark involved with Strong Bad emails.
Okay. Yeah.
To make that happen.
Sure.
I'm just saying. You might say otherwise, internet, but that is. I think that's a timeless. I think because it's pre-meme culture.
You remember that?
The system is down.
Yeah,
the system is down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
it's great.
I used to log on to our very Christian computers at school to watch Strong Bad.
Yeah, man.
And I always had to look over my shoulder like, please no teachers notice that I'm watching Strong Bad.
I'm going to, you know what? My young, cool, hip viewers right now, all 1.8% of you, I want to know, would you watch, go look up Strong Bad. Go look up Homestar Runner. Go look up Teen Girl Squad. Report back to me. I know you're going to love it. I know you're going to love it.
I bet they've taken those things and just put them on TikTok. And I feel like people have probably seen them.
Sure.
Like they've probably just re-uploaded them onto there. I saw on Charlie the Unicorn, somebody uploaded it to TikTok and some comment was like, yo, I saw this on TikTok. So they're doing it.
It's just hard. Because like if I am sent a video by one of my friends that is a Zillennial Zoomer, whatever, most of the time it doesn't make me laugh. And it's, there's like generational humor types.
Right.
So I honestly feel like you need to mentally prepare yourself for the possibility that a late bloomer Gen Z or a Gen Alpha kid might watch Homestar and be like, this isn't Dada enough for me. This isn't surreal enough for me.
I'm letting you know that it is. And more importantly, there are types of comedy throughout time that are outside of generations.
Sure.
You can go watch something from the 70s, from the 50s, and it's still, the jokes still land. Because there's certain comedy that is timeless. And I believe Homestar fits in that category as goof-tastic. And I refuse to accept otherwise. You
There's
can
also
tell
certain
me
types of humors or certain types of shows that have blended humor, like The Simpsons, like the old Simpsons. They have like a blend of everything. Like there's sarcasm, there's slapstick, there's like they have all different types of humors blended into one show. So there's like a little bit of everything for everybody, which is good writing.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say like go watch Newgrounds videos. Some of those are not funny now. But I'm saying that for some reason, I would give credit to Homestar. I would do it. And if I'm wrong, my 1.8, I'm just saying I have a bigger, younger audience than the two of you, so I think I know what I'm talking about.
That's very true, yeah.
That's very true.
0% over here is all like, oh, yeah, no, I know what the kids want. Do you?
I didn't say I know what the kids want.
I didn't say that.
But to be fair, I do have one.
One. I have 1.8%.
Damn, you're so right. Buried.
I do have 0.3.
Buried in the ground.
I can't wait to get a letter that's like, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's so stupid. You know nothing. It's gonna happen. Some guy's gonna be like,
I don't get it. What's funny about this?
I watched it on your advice and it was stupid. You're stupid. I hate you.
I played the whole Trogdor game. It was garbage.
Trash. I don't even get it. What is he? A dragon or a fist? I don't even know.
Burninating isn't a word, dude. What is this?
Is he supposed to be an S? Is that what's funny? Because he's an S? He's consummate? What is that? I don't even know what that means.
He's so Ohio.
Oh my god.
Dude, Jesse, you're so Ohio. I would actually agree. I would agree.
I would also agree.
Yeah, I'm very Ohio.
100% agree. Very, very Ohio. When did you live in Ohio?
At this point, I lived there from 1st until 12th grade. And then I went to New York for school. And then I came back and taught in Ohio for 3 years. So I don't know how many. I'm 15. Technically, I think 14. I think I just passed living in LA longer than I lived in Ohio.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah. So technically, I'm not. I'm more of a Californian now, bro.
I mean, you
Shiggity,
definitely
swiggity. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Schwiggity schwiggity.
Schwargity dargity, dude. You know what I mean?
To be fair, that is what Alex Bassiani sounds like.
It's true.
Very much
true.
so.
That is true.
Yeah.
The other day we asked him if we were going to get together for dinner, and he responded with an image of a fat gorilla. No context, just a fat gorilla. We were like,
yes. Is that yes?
My favorite was whenever I remember back in the day, he'd always do that thing, the shaka bra, and he would just. I remember the
Hang
one
loose,
time
bro.
we were just like, "Hey, Alex, we're going to get pizza." It was like something. We were like, "You going?" He goes, like it's like the slow build up to bust it out, and I truly appreciated it to the point where I was like, "That guy's cool."
He is cool, oddly enough.
He's like the cool that defines, it goes past generational coolness. Like he breaks every generation of cool. Like everybody can see him and be like, yeah, he's pretty cool.
Are you saying that he is the Homestar runner of people?
He kind of is.
Damn.
Yeah, it's upsetting. I've been on many planes with him traveling around, and whoever he sits next with, they become best friends by the end of the flight.
Yeah.
Old ladies, rich like suits guys. There was a pro tennis player that sat next to him and they became like chums. It's crazy to me. I actively avoid conversations on planes. I go to sleep instantly.
Yeah.
That man has an 8-hour best friend suddenly. It's wild. I do not understand it at all.
He just has the aura.
It's like, oh, that's Sheila. She's a pro tennis player. She's coming back from a world tour. We're gonna go get coffee this week. I'm like, what the hell is happening here?
Yeah, he has that aura where he's got the Hawaiian shirts. He's just got the like cool guy vibe, and he's just like awesome, man. And he'll just like, I think that's why he'll just listen to anybody, and they'll like tell him about him, and he's just like, yo, that's fucking sick. And they're like, this guy's cool.
Just to really like put a button, put the cherry on top of this conversation where we're all like, are we old? Can we each go one at a time and talk about the most like grown up feeling thing that we've gotten really excited about recently?
Yes, we can do that.
I also, really want to hear Crendor's very badly.
There's also moments I've seen that make me feel old. There's also those.
Right, but what's the thing you got excited about? Like that? What's the old thing you got excited about?
Like the vibe is that video of the woman being like, being a millennial is having a random person put a random drug in your mouth while you were partying when you were 18, and now you're really excited to see your sister's gutters. It's like that, right? So what's like the mundane thing that got you really excited recently?
Well, first, I've been like this for maybe like the last 9 years.
Sure.
Like 9 years ago, I'd buy a vacuum and be like,
"You've been ancient since you were born," is what you're saying.
I've been ancient since I was born. Like I would get excited about buying a vacuum, and I still do.
Yeah.
You know, cleanliness is cool, right?
You can tell them about your brand new car.
I mean, yeah, I got a car, but it's a used new car. It's got like 65,000 miles on it. But it's a Toyota Camry. So
Toyotas are good cars.
That's why I got it. I looked up. They're just like, it's reliable. And listen, that's how you know. Because like every old person drives a Toyota, especially the Camrys. So I was like, listen, if it's just reliable, I don't give a shit. That's all I want.
And why not get a used car? Because the second you buy a new car, it depreciates in value the second you sit in it. So
why even get a new car?
Why even get a new car?
Exactly.
Yeah. What is the point?
However, the used car market right now is pretty insane because there's just like not enough cars being produced, and so there's even like delays in new cars, and so it's kind of insane right now. So it was more expensive than normal, which is why, please, Twitch TV Crendor, give 55 subs, 55 fries, 55
fries, please.
Yeah,
right.
Direct
watch
to door.
my pointless top 10s, please, and replay them. Watch all the ads. Don't skip.
I think it's very adult of you that you needed a new car. And instead of going to buy a cool, flashy car with all the bells and whistles, you bought a used, like 5-6-year-old car, and it wasn't like a sports car. It was a Camry, and I was like, that is the most adult thing I've ever seen anyone I'm associated with do ever. I was like, oh my god, that man actually acted like an adult. He did an adult, like, look, I can't just spend money like crazy. I could have to replace the gutters. Like, so I was like, I think this guy gets it.
Yeah. Well, I think every YouTuber goes through that, or just content creator goes through that, where when they start out and then they're getting more popular, making money, they're just like, yeah, I can spend money, I can do stuff. And then over time, I'm like, dude, I just want to save money and spend less, and I'll clip the coupons now. Be like, dude, that's $1 off. Hell yeah.
Dude, there is no coupon culture over here. They're really trying. There's a company called Nectar. They're really trying to like do a kind of coupon thing, but couponing is so non-existent in this country that like people don't really think to utilize it or like care about it that much. It feels like it's very interesting coming from America where like they're coupon queens and shit.
I didn't even realize that. I thought there's at least some. Is there like no coupons at all, or is it just like very?
I mean, things go on sale, but like clipping coupons is not a thing. No.
So I guess to answer your question, I did get excited about the $1 off coupon. It was for like cheese or some shit. That's probably not something a 20-year-old would be excited about.
Fair.
Yeah. Also, a moment I felt old. I was getting my food the other day, and I saw 2 teenagers dancing in front of their car, and they put their phone on the back of the car, and they would like do the TikTok dances, and they just kept doing that in the parking lot. And I was like, I don't get it.
You could have photobombed it.
No, that would.
You could have gone in the back.
No, that would. I would.
They
not
wouldn't
do
have
that.
used that one.
They wouldn't.
Or they would have put it on the internet. Like, why is this creep staring at us?
They'd be like, this weird guy is staring at us. They'd be like, listen, I just wanted to eat my food and go home, and that's what I did. I just went on.
You know what? How adult of you.
Yeah.
To not take a moment to try and goof on a video that was being taken in the parking lot.
Jesse would probably do that. Me, no.
I would actively walk behind them multiple times, just back and forth.
Yeah.
No real point to it. Just to, no matter what, I'm in that shot. Have you all seen the multiple George Lucas sightings where he's like Bigfoot? It is hilarious. George Lucas has appeared in multiple things that he's not involved in. There's one documentary where they're filming like going down the street and a guy's walking and George Lucas just appears in the background going into a bank. There's one photo of George Lucas like walking into a shop and it looks like he's running into it. There's so many amazing, like George Lucas just shows up like Bigfoot and stuff and people are like, what is he doing there? I want to be like that. I just want to randomly appear in people's stuff. And it's not even that I am a part of it. I'm just around. That's what I want. That's what I want my career to be. Where I just show up and they're like, what is he doing there? Who knows?
I like that.
Who knows what I'm doing there? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty solid goal. Dodger, what is your old person thing?
What's my old person thing that I got really excited about? So this comes with like a short thing, a side note for the listeners. Another thing that is, I think, culturally very different here than in America. Americans, whether, maybe it's a consumerism thing, but we don't really air dry clothes. A lot of time, like pretty much everybody has dryers.
Wait, you mean America? In America. Right, correct, yes.
Which is super weird. Like, we lived in LA for how long? And how many times did I air dry clothes? Not that many. And it was only because the dryer was broken. But here there is lots of people air dry their clothes. It's not as common to have a dryer.
I must stress the reason why I think is because your dryer options overseas, especially in the UK, as someone who has spent quite a deal of time there, not as much as you, obviously, the dryers are literally just attached to the it is the washing machine.
I know, but do you not agree?
Insane.
But do you not agree that if there wasn't more consumers using dryers, that they wouldn't have American style dryers over here by now?
I mean, sure.
It's like the AC conversation, right?
Yeah.
It's not that air conditioning doesn't exist out here. It's that so few people have air conditioning in their house that it's really expensive to get the supply and demand isn't there, right? And I think it's the same for dry. Anyways, so
there's plenty of washers, and almost everyone has a washer. But at most literally every place I've stayed at that had a washer dryer, it was the same machine. Yeah. And I was like, why would I ever? The one time I did it, the clothes were so nasty smelling. I was like, so I literally just hung them and it was fine. So, I totally get the idea of like, screw it, I'm just gonna hang it because, and once you do that, then there's no reason if you're already hanging it. Plus, dryers sometimes shrink your stuff, so like, you're not gonna. I get it. Oh, I get it. Sometimes if I get new shirts or whatever, I'll just hang them instead of throwing them in the dryer, just because they'll wear out faster. Like, I get it.
Yeah, we got we have a hanger thingy. We got one of those like little racks. It's got the little like boink, 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 and you like hang stuff on it, so it doesn't like. Yeah. So
that's what I've been using for a while now. Is the bink one. But there are out here what are called, I'm sure you can get them in America too, but they're called rotary dryers. And it's basically like a big tree. You cement it into the ground and it goes out like this and it rotates with the wind. And they're so cool. And you can hang so much clothing on them. And my father-in-law helped me cement it into the ground. We've got a big rotary dryer now. And it's so nice to just go out and hang all my clothes. And they smell so good after being outside. It's great. Anyways, that's my thing.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
See, you have the benefit of living not in the heart of like a giant city.
True.
I imagine if you hung your stuff outside in a big city, it wouldn't smell quite as like Valley fresh. You know what I mean? It'd be
a lot of from what I can tell. Not that I've lived in a city over here, but from what I can tell, if you're in like an apartment or something, what's marketed to you is like there are hanging racks that have like lots of little bits that pull out, and some of them are heated, so they have like a jacket that you can put over top of them, and then they heat up. Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or you can just let it hang overnight. Like if you do it during the day, you hang it overnight. By the next afternoon, it's fine.
Just scooch it next to the radiator and go to bed.
Yeah, just leave it, oil it up, stick it next to the radiator. It'll be fine.
There's probably people hang their shit out hang it out the window or something in the city, right? In London.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they probably hang it out the window, off the balcony or whatever.
Yeah, for an urchin to grab onto one side of and then swing across it, and all the clothes will fly all over the place.
Well, how else are they going to get to the chimneys to clean them?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it might end up smelling like, I don't know, pollution and stale beer, but
as most things
pollution.
Do. Yeah,
and stale beer.
Stale beer.
Jesse, what's your thing? What's your thing that you got excited about?
My greatest victory lately has been the purchase of a new mattress. Truly one of my favorite things that I've ever done. I cannot stress how happy I am to have got not like, I didn't go to like down to the mattress store. I got one of them fancy ass mattresses that cost way too much money.
Yeah.
And it like moves. It has underlighting. So when I get out of it, it like lights up.
What?
You got like a car bed or something.
Right. There's an app on my phone that I can either make it warmer or colder, and I can also warm up the feet.
Shut the fuck up. What?
It is the best purchase I ever made in my life. I have had the best sleeps. The last year has been the best sleeps of my life.
Oh my
Y'all,
goodness.
you can make the bed. You can like, oh my God, it's so good. It's so much going on there. It's fantastic. It's great. Yeah, so at night, I turn off all the lights, right? But if I'm like, oh man, I got to get up. When I step off the bed, the pressure of me not being on the bed, the underneath lights up. And so now there's a light in the room. I'm like, this is amazing. And then when I get back in it, the light turns off. It's fantastic.
That's pretty tight. Unfortunately, really early on in the story, Crendor said you've got a car bed, and I imagined one of those like beds that looks like a race car for tiny children.
Cool.
Yes, that's all I'm imagining. But it sounds really cool. Yeah.
No, best investment. And the best part is, this is my favorite thing. The company was like, yo, it's all good. I know you're in an apartment. So like when you move, we'll just send guys out. They'll, get the bed all ready. They'll ship it to your next place. I'm like, I love you so much. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. This bed is my favorite thing in the world. I want to spend as much time in this bed as possible. It is so good. That's what I'm saying. That's pure old man status. This bed is awesome.
That bed's with you for life, dude.
It's good stuff. Now, keep in mind, the bed I had previously. So this room, for everyone who's curious, my bedroom, much like much of my apartment, has not much in it. I am an empty apartment boy. My bedroom literally was this bed and a dresser and nothing else. There was nothing in this bed. So my previous bed, I moved around so much by the end, it was literally just it was the mattress and the box spring. I didn't put anything together. I was living like I was a dude in college. Like, I didn't have a frame, there was no headboard, there was nothing. So this is a step up for me.
Yeah, dude.
Huge step up. It's like one of the best things I've ever done in my entire life. That's my old man status. Love it. Yeah, it's good stuff.
It also just reminds me of the Simpsons, where he has the race car bed. And he's just like, I sleep in a race car bed, do you? And he's like, I sleep in a big bed with my wife. And he's like, oh. Because he just got divorced, so he's like living in his single man apartment with a race car bed.
Oh man, it's great.
Millhouse is dead.
This is one of my absolute favorite things I've ever owned. I see no reason to own any. I'm like, couches are for suckers. Like, don't even, a couch sucks.
Just have a comfy bed, forehead.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Do you like only sleep in the bed though? Do you watch TV in there?
No. I don't. I barely watch TV anymore, y'all. I watch like a few shows that I'm like interested in, but I don't just surf TV or try to find something. Like, if I'm hyped for something, I'll watch it. But most of the time, like, I'm trying to read like books and shit. I listen to music. I have records. That's old man status. I got records, and I do a record player thing, and I'll make dinner while I listen to a record, and I can like time stuff based on what record's playing. I'm like, okay, I got about 3 songs before this is ready. Oh yeah, I do a whole.
Why do you get a record player?
Because I like the idea of it. It's a little more. So you know when you have an iPod, or oh boy, that's old, or you have Spotify or whatever.
We've come full circle back around to iPods, so they're relevant again.
Okay, good, thank God. Yeah. But like, you purposefully like curate playlists, right? And it's all different. When it comes to a record, all of it has to be good, because you don't get to like pick and choose what you're doing. You pick the band or the soundtrack or whatever, and it plays. There's no like, I gotta skip ahead or whatever. Like, you're just not doing that. So you're looking for a vibe. And so I only buy records that are a vibe or that I know are perfect. Like Boston, like that first record that has like all the bangers on it, that's one I bought. I'm like, that's great. Or I have, I also have like, the Rage Against the Machine. I have Battle of Los Angeles. Like, that to me, that's perfect from start to finish. Like, that kind of stuff. And I also have soundtracky themey things. So I have, the most recent one I got is the vinyl from Simpler Times, which is a game that is based on playing vinyls, and all the songs are like pure vibes. Crendor, you would love it. All the songs are great. I got the Alan Wake 2 soundtrack with all the songs from Alan Wake 2, and I love all those songs. So literally just put it on, and you let it play, and then it stops, and then you have to go, walk over, flip it. For some reason, it's the process that I like. There's something about the process. You do that with like a CD too, right? Like it's like a CD. Except on CDs you could skip, and you could
on CDs, yeah. With a record, you just put it on.
I guess you can't skip.
Yeah, and so the record isn't the focus, it's like the mood. And so I do other things while the record's on, instead of when you have Spotify or whatever, a lot of the time you're just like skip, because you have the option to. And sometimes those are songs that are fine, but like with a record you just have to do it. And again, it's something simple. It goes back to my whole like less is more vibe. Like I like to clean and keep stuff clean. And I realized that eventually if you just keep having a bunch of stuff, you have more stuff to clean. And so I was like, why don't I just get rid of stuff? That's less, I'll be cleaner and I'll have less stuff to clean. So it'll take me less time to do the clean. It's like that kind of vibe. So I don't have to think about it. I put on, here's the mood I want right now. and then I'm gonna go make dinner, and it's gonna be like, all right, cool. Like I have a bunch of like 1980s city pop from Japan.
Oh yeah,
like old and they're great.
Love the city pop.
It is a pure vibe, and I don't know what the hell those dudes are saying, but I'm like, this music is awesome. This is cool.
Dude,
as shit.
1980s and 90s city pop is like top tier from Japan.
Yeah,
like 100%.
I
remember
just listen to that.
What's that? The Weeknd song he like sampled. I remember when he sampled it, and I was like, "This isn't as good as the original," because I already knew the original at that point. I was like, "This is no."
Mm-hmm.
It's city pop's so good.
So my family is filled to the brim with musicians, and my dad has a collection of like 150 or 200 records that have just been sitting for years and no one's listened to them. When I was younger, we used to listen to records all the time, and no one's listened to those records in forever. I think a long time ago, my dad was like, "Oh yeah, the record player's busted." So they just, and I keep thinking to myself, I should really get my dad a new record player, and we should go through and listen to some of these, because I don't think anybody, unless it's like a well-known band, I don't think my dad remembers like what's on a lot of them, which is really cool. It's very like you pull out a record and you're like, what the fuck is this? Like,
yeah,
it's just random to me, very random shit. But my parents were born in like the 40s, you know, so they've got all kinds of stuff on vinyl. It's really cool.
My dad. Oh,
I was gonna say the 40. Yeah, thank you. My dad literally the other last week for 4th of July, he's like, "I want you to put on James Cagney Yankee Doodle Dandy." And I was like, okay. He's like, "How do I get it on the TV? The YouTube TV? Which one is it?" And I was like, "Oh," he's like, "You know, the Yankee Doodle, it's got so many good songs in it." And I was like, "I remember you putting this on as a kid and me like falling asleep and being bored." And he's like, no, it's got so many good James, you know, James Cagney from all those things. And I was like, yeah, yeah, sure.
Maybe.
My dad is currently so first off, recently they went through their storage and found a bunch of like old reel-to-reel tape stuff and a bunch of crazy things. They're like, "You want this?" And I was like, "Yeah, kind of, because I want to know what that is, or I want to mess with it." And I discovered during the process of doing this that my dad is obsessed with Frankie Yankovic, which I'm pretty sure is related to Weird Al in some way, like a grandfather or dad or something. I don't know. But he keeps, every time I talk about, so I'm sure you know the Sasha, the Sasha's place in LA, Worcestershire, right?
Yes.
So I keep saying, like, we should go there.
With
my
the
dad's
rabbit
like,
and alligator sausages.
Yeah, like the crazy sausages. Yes. The delicious crazy. So I'm like, we should go there, Dad. And he's like, "Oh, I'd love to, but when I go in there, I'm going to ask him who has the kishka." I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "You know the Frankie Yankovic song? Like, Sheila has the kishka." And I'm like, he starts singing a song. And I'm like, "I don't know what that is, Dad." And he's like, "You know, we'd go to like the pub, and then Frankie Yankovic would be there." And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And he's like, "Sheila has the kishka, and Johnny has the kishka." And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, it's great." And he would play the hurdy-gurdy, and it would be like, "He has the kishka." I'm like, I have no concept of what you're referring to, Dad. And he's like, "It's a good song." I'm like, I don't.
Dude.
Is it?
When you have a trusted grown-up in your life who looks you in the eye and is like, "I have plans to do something deeply embarrassing next time we go to a specific place." You're yeah. Then I guess we're never going, are we?
Yeah, no, it's, dude,
I guess we're just never gonna go, dude.
I remember, I don't know what it is, but like once people get in their like late 60s to the 70s, it's just, I don't know if they just stop caring. I don't know, whatever it is, but we went to, my dad was like, "The Packers are on. It was like 2 years ago." And he's like, "We got to go watch it, because I don't know how to watch it on this Prime shit." And I was like, "All right, we'll go to the bar and watch it." I was like, "I can put it on your TV. You just use my Prime." He's like, "I don't know." So we go there, and he's just like, "Yeah, Packers." So we're watching, and they start playing bingo, okay, at the bar. And they're just like, A7. And then he's like, "Bingo? I don't want to hear bingo. I want to watch the Packer game. And I was like, oh, Jesus. Here we go. And
we could have been doing that, Dad.
Yep. So, yeah, but this was interfering with it, right? This was his moment of watching the Packers and then, so they had Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers number 12, all right? And they go, C6. And he goes, I don't want C6. I want A12. That's Aaron Rodgers 12. And I was like, can we get the check? Like, can you just I'll pay it. Here's my card. Just real fast. Can we just leave?
Oh my God.
So yeah, that was, and also like older people, they also have that thing of like, right? Like they always think it's like the Frankie or whatever,
That's what I'm saying. Frankie Yankovic, like you,
Jimmy Johnson, or Skibbity Doo, or
the amount of conversations I've had with my dad has been like, I was watching a movie the other day where they were in prison and they were playing football. I'm like, I start listing off football. He's like, no, not that one. No, not that one. It has the guy and he's like a rebel. And I'm like, when was this movie made?
Yeah, that one movie with a guy that's a rebel in it.
He's like, 1972. And I'm like, how would I know this movie, Dad? He's like, I'm like, I don't. I literally don't know.
I do genuinely think, though, and we need to come to terms with this because we're going to start doing this shit, too, okay? We need to accept that this is going to be us next, right?
Oh, yeah.
I legitimately think that unless it's actively being thought about, once we've reached a certain age, the people that raised us have a hard time remembering what period of life we've been around for. Like, I don't think that my dad looks at me and specifically thinks my child was around for all of the 90s. I don't think he thinks about that. I think there's just kind of like a vague amorphous time period in his life that I existed in. And he takes a stab and sometimes it's wrong,
I think, as you get older, I think time is just all blended together. They'll be like, hey, do you remember when we went to this place? And I'm like, no. And they're like, it was like this. And I was like, that's like 1979. And then they're like, oh yeah, that was way before you were born. I'm like, yeah.
I must stress that everyone who was saying longest yard in chat, it was not longest yard and it was not Gridiron Gang. Those are the first two I went to. Those are the only prison football movies I can think of. He's like, no,
it'll be like some old black and white movie.
That's what it absolutely was. It was 100% a movie that like only my dad and like three of his football buddies saw. Absolutely.
Well, we've talked about this before, right? That like both of our dads, and maybe Crendor, you also have experienced this with some, but like both Jesse and my dads are like addicted to black and white movies still to this day.
Oh, yeah.
My dad will still be like, Casablanca's on. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah. No,
he's like something else.
He's like 73. I think my dad's like 73, 74. So he'll be like, oh yeah, you got the old westerns. He loves the old westerns. Yeah, the old western. He's like, what's the one western that every old man loves? The
Tombstone.
Yeah, Tombstone, and there's another one.
Good and Bad, the Ugly.
Yeah, Good, Bad, the Ugly. I remember it was just like a few months ago. He was like, you remember Good, Bad, and the Ugly? Just like that. Like he referenced, I don't even remember what he referenced, but he referenced Good, Bad, and the Ugly. I don't know. I guess because it's like anything you grew up with. I'm sure if we were like 70 and we were like, oh man, you remember Homestar Runner? We're gonna be like, what? Homestar Runner? You know,
Homestar,
Trogdor, the Burninator,
dude.
The Burninator.
Guys, if you just go watch Homestar Running, it's a classic. You're gonna love it.
No, don't do this. Don't do this. I was fine. I'm not old. It's the kids who are wrong.
Dude, I will say with a record, I would have a Weather Channel music record.
Here's the problem. That might be the oldest shit I've ever heard.
That is,
Crendor was saying that at his 4th of July party, his mom put on music from the Weather Channel as background music for the party.
Yeah, she had a CD that she got like 15 years ago, and some guy on the internet burned it for her. It was just Weather Channel music. So it's just like, you know how when you put on the Weather Channel and it would just play the radar and just show you the local on the 8s or whatever on the Weather Channel?
Yeah.
It was just, she liked that music where it's like, wah, 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 Wham,
So
wham,
she
and it's
found a dude on the dark web and was like, burn this for me.
I don't know. It's like eBay or some shit. And then so she's like, I love
Who's
this music.
making
Yeah, it's
that?
local on the 8s. What?
Who's making that? Who's like, this is my side gig?
Dude, oh my
providing CDs of Weather Channel music to the masses.
Though we looked up last Cox and Crendor episode. On episode 430, there's like an entire company that creates background music for stores, for like TV stations, for everything. They make smells.
Oh,
they create smells for stores.
Oh, yeah. They make everything. They have
literally everything.
Their paws in everything. It's this one company like Mood Music. And it's not just like, it's straight up everywhere you go. Everywhere. Yeah. They are, from visuals to music to the smell of the store, they are, I think we discovered they're secretly controlling the world. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's pretty insane. I don't know if they crafted this old Weather Channel music. The one I found that she listens to is James Synth and TWC Jim on YouTube. If you look that up, it's just Weather Scan remastered. It's got all those songs, and it's literally just the songs be like, it's like cool jazz playing, like, and it's like a thunderstorm in your area has been spotted. 80 degrees Fahrenheit, feels like 67 degrees. And then it's like, burp, 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 tornado warning in your area. Take cover in your county if you are in this county.
Marv, what is he saying?
This county. This county.
Marv! What is he saying on the CD? Marv!
It's like that. So they play that music.
It's that.
So there's like a weird nostalgic vibe to it, because I was like, dude, I remember they'd put this on when I was a kid and there'd be weather happening. Because, like, you know, weather would occur.
There'd be weather happening.
And then weather would happen. Yeah.
How would you know weather was happening if you didn't have that?
So true.
Back in my day, weather occurred.
Yeah.
Yes.
I miss weather. It's sad that we don't have it anymore.
Yeah, it sucks.
I can't. I'm so mad. I'm so mad at the both of you. I realize now that I've become my dad in like every conceivable way. Like I'm imagining my dad being like, you know, the movie where he's like, badges, we don't need no stinking badges. You know the movie. And I'm like, Dad, I don't know that movie. He's like, you know, where he says, badges, we don't need no stinking badges. Right? And he's like, they're like federales, but like they're not, because they're actually criminals. He's like, we don't need no stinking badges. I'm like, I don't. What are you saying? He's like, Sheila stole the Kishka. And I'm like, meanwhile, I'm over here like, Trogdor, you know, Trogdor.
To be fair, that's like every time we do a movie night, and you're like, oh yeah, you know this movie. I'm like, I have no idea. But I like never watch movies.
That's the difference. You have never watched movies. You have zero movie knowledge. You're great, because when I'm like, dude, have you ever seen this? Like, no. I'm like, let's watch that shit.
Now I know what we gotta do. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Also, that's not that. It turns out that is not Blazing Saddles chat. That movie is called The Treasure of Sierra Madre. I know it now. It is from like 1940 something. How I would ever know that movie was a thing, aside from looking it up because my dad said, Banshees, we don't need those thinking like so many times that I had to be like, what is that from? What is this? So I looked it up.
There we go.
Now we know. Thank God.
Yeah, now I know.
I was worried.
1940. That's like that is 80 years old.
I have a question.
Yes.
Have either of you watched the Weird Al movie yet?
With
Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al. Yeah. Have you watched it?
It's very fun. It's cute.
I want to see it so bad. I haven't watched it yet. I keep forgetting it exists.
The Weird Al movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
The cast is crazy.
It's a fake biopic about Weird Al. Yes, it's very cute. One of my favorite scenes is when Jack Black shows up as Wolfman John or Wolfman Jack, whatever. He's like, look at this guy. You think he's a talent? It's so goofy. It's lovely.
It has to be. It's a Weird Al movie.
Yes, it's very
this movie is like from 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's not even new.
I think the reason why most people didn't see it, because it probably came out on Apple TV or one of those things that no one watches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. But it's very cute. And everyone in it is like given 110%, like the goofiest way possible. It's very on Roku. Oh, well, there you go. Roku.
Perfect.
Equally as stupid. Yeah.
I did see the Garfield movie.
How was that?
Honestly, I enjoyed everything except Chris Pratt. That was the issue.
The star of the film?
Yeah, I was going to say the cat.
Definitely not the star. Definitely not the star.
Was he like, was this Garfield a la Mad Max? Where it's like, yeah, it's named after him, but he's like barely there.
It's where when you think of Garfield, I think of like the old television Garfield, where he's just like, hey, Odie, here I am. I'm Garfield and I'm walking around. Follow me.
This is just like,
I eat lasagna. This is just like, oh, I'm Chris Pratt. Let's go over here. It's literally just, I don't feel like I'm watching Garfield, like how you would cast a character in a voiceover thing to be like, this character or this person would probably sound like this character. That makes sense. It doesn't sound like Garfield. It just sounds like Chris Pratt. And they were just like, wow, he's so cool. Let's get him to play Garfield so people watch the movie. And it's just, I hate it. I hate it. And honestly, I would have given it a 7 out of 10 for like a kid's movie. But I gave it like a 6 because I was like, Chris Pratt brought it down a whole point.
I gotta say, watching you read Garfield comics on stream has taught me that I think Garfield sucks. Like, I think Garfield's not ever been funny. And I must stress this. I have not laughed once at any of the Garfield comics you've read. In fact, I've been confused by most of them. Half of them, you get to the end of the 3 panels, and it makes no sense. I'm like, what the hell?
Honestly,
what was that about?
I think the best thing to come out of Garfield is the Garfield without Garfield comics.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I love them. What's that guy doing?
I mean, I loved Garfield as a kid, hence why I have like 30 Garfield books. So like,
do you really?
That's why every sub goal I've done for the last like 3 weeks or maybe longer is me holding the Garfield books I have. I like pick one and then I just do this and I read the Garfield comics.
It is. They're not good.
Panels. Some are good.
Half of them are just like a panel of Garfield laying there. John walks by. John leaves frame. Next panel is Garfield, and he goes like, he gets it. Like, what the hell was that? What was that?
Some aren't good, but
most are not good, dude. Most suck.
Listen, some are Jim Davis. You can tell he was like, I gotta get this shit out. Just write it down. There's some all right ones, and then there's some that are just pretty bad.
What was y'all's favorite like newspaper comic strip?
Easy, Calvin and Hobbes. Easy.
Calvin
Easy,
and Hobbes
Calvin
is
and
very
Hobbes.
good.
Yeah. That was
mine
Calvin and Hobbes, Far
Garfield.
Side, 1 and 2. Best ones.
Mine was still Garfield, but I did like oh god, what was that? Hold on, I gotta look this up. Old notable comic strips newspaper. All right.
Archie.
Archie wasn't in the newspaper.
I don't know about Archie.
Oh, they had Peanuts. I was thinking Snoopy, but I was like, I know it's called something else. So I would read Peanuts, I would read Garfield, and then I would look at Dilbert because my grandpa loved Dilbert. He'd be like, here's the Dilbert.
Yes. My mom loved Dilbert, so I always read Dilbert, but I never understood it until I got older.
It's the one with the people that live in the tree, like the turtle guy, and he lives in the tree.
Oh my gosh.
There's the dude, like he's my dad used to love that one because he's like, oh yeah, this is from like the 70s, and this guy was talking about Vietnam, and I'm like, I don't know what this means, but I like the way this looks.
I don't remember.
Somebody will know. Somebody's got to know.
Somebody will know.
There was like one comic that was really serious as well. It was like short frames, just like all of the goofy ones, but it was like very, very detailed art, and it had like a really strong through line, but I didn't read newspapers one after the other, so I never knew what was going on, but I still read them because I was like, this feels so serious. And I don't remember what it was called.
I just had a flashback to Kathy. The comic
I was going to mention Kathy.
I was like, Doonesbury, that's the one that my dad loved. My dad loves Doonesbury.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, do you remember The Far Side?
That's what I was saying.
Jesse already mentioned Far Side.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, I was so focused on Garfield.
I mean, I get it. It's really hard to decipher what's going on in those comics. Yeah.
Kathy. Yeah, I enjoyed Kathy a lot because the art was so bonkers, and every single one of them she yelled "ack."
I never understood Kathy ever. I never got it. I was like,
she's just a working girl, and
same
she
with Family
loves
Circus.
clothes.
I never got Family Circus. I was like, I don't know what's funny about this.
Weird. I've never understood Family Circus. Also, Family Circus really, they suffered from. There would be back in the day, there would be like a chunk of the comics, and then there would be a little thing that was like continued on page whatever. Family Circus was almost always pushed to a totally different page, and you'd be like, huh? Where is it? What is this?
Dude, did you have...
Meanwhile, Calvin and Hobbes, I think, was perfect in what it hit for me as a kid. Like, it had, like, I'm growing up in the 90s vibes. Like, everything about it, I was like, I get Calvin. I thought it was funny. I still think it's funny.
Yeah.
Especially the ones where it's him doing a soap opera. Shit's hilarious. Continues to be funny. All of it's great. Those Calvin and Hobbes comics, amazing.
Did you have a family member that would always get the paper?
Oh, I mean, we'd have it delivered to our door.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because my grandpa was that. He would always read the paper, like, every day. And then he'd be like, I'm going to give you the sports and the comics. And he would just give me the sports and the comics. And I'd be like, yes.
I take the lifestyle section. Yeah, every time. What movies are coming, what TV shows are on, and what comics are in there. Boom, done.
We weren't in a neighborhood. We got like a once weekly newspaper that came in through the mail for like the county. But we didn't get a daily newspaper. But when I would go to work with my mom got a daily newspaper. So anytime I went to work with my mom or had to just like chill while my mom was working on something, she would give me the newspaper and I'd immediately go looking for the comics. So I heavily associate reading comic strips with like being at my mom's work when I was a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I truly believe there's a cultural divide between people who had to look up movie times in a newspaper or call the theater and listen to the times versus people who could just instantly search what times. Like I remember planning things with friends like, yo, let's go see this movie. To the paper we went and had to look it up and see like what was going on.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. When Space Jam came out, my mom literally went to the newspaper, opened up the newspaper to look at the reviews written in the newspaper, was like, wow, Space Jam's got really good reviews. Went further on into the newspaper to find the times. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't I mean, at some point, the thing is like when technology really picked up, I was in college. And because I was in college, I spent all of my time trying to like get laid and like studying. So I wasn't actively like interneting as heavily as everyone. So there's a big chunk that I missed of like internet culture. It wasn't until like grad school stuff that I was like, well, I got nothing to do and I'm living in this apartment and like no one's around. So like I started playing games and things, right? That's when I like got into Warcraft, right? And so during that time period, I missed when everyone was like, it's all on the phone now, or you can like look on the website. Because other friends would be like, yo, we're seeing this movie. It's at 7 p.m. I'm like, cool, I'll be there. And before that, we were still on like, your cell phone was those like, if you had one,
little bricks.
It was like it like rolled out into 50 different ways.
Yeah.
And then you do great. And so, yeah, it was like a different, when I saw Star Wars Episode 1, all my friends and I waited in line outside to buy tickets at 10 a.m.
Yes.
Bought the tickets, then went back, lived our lives, and came back for the midnight showing. Like that, you couldn't buy them online. You had to go there. Like that's the difference. So it was like a weird vibe. Now it's I don't know, man. It's like a like.
Dude, remember the catalogs. I remember being a kid and my mom would be like, find stuff you want for Christmas, and she'd give me like this giant toy catalog, and I'd be like, whoa. Like, that was great.
Those, and I loved those toy catalogs. I would like knowing full well my parents were not going to buy 99% of the things in there, but I'd like circle a thing, flip page, circle a thing, flip page. And it would be, I'll never forget one year this takes me back. There was a board game that was like Dungeons and Dragons, but not, where you had little figures and it was like you built a dungeon. And it was, I don't know, this is from the 90s. I don't remember what this was called. It was like a board game thing. Mm-hmm. I wanted it so badly because all the figures, there was like a cool barbarian guy, and there was like, it might have been Hero Quest. It was something, but it was so cool. Wanted it so badly. My parents were like, no, that looks evil. So one of my aunts bought it for me, and I had it, but I had to like play it in secret because I didn't want my parents to know I was dabbling in dark sorcery. I'm telling you, people forget there was a time period D&D was like, yo, that's devil witchcraft.
That's evil shit.
Yeah.
Yep. There's still some people that think that.
Yeah, but not nearly as much.
Yeah.
But my parents are very like, I don't think they'd ever think that about something. But for some reason, they would not want me as a kid to have that. And I was like, I want it so bad. It's so cool. Yeah.
Do you think that they were using devil shit as an excuse because they just didn't want you to have this like weird nerdy game?
I mean, potentially, but I don't know. I mean, their reasoning for things was weird. So when I was a kid, all my friends had a Nintendo or Sega. I did not. My parents refused to buy me one. Their reasoning wasn't, it'll keep you inside. Their reasoning was, your uncle told us that a Super Nintendo was coming, so why buy something when you just get something newer soon? So they didn't buy me a Nintendo. They waited, and I was the first kid in my block to have a Super Nintendo. So it wasn't like, it was a weird, they were like, just go to your friend's house and play. So it wasn't like they were trying to prevent me from like doing things. Right. Their reasoning was always bizarre. And like, my parents would be like, go play outside. And then we'd get up to something outside. My dad would be like, you played too much. Like when I was a kid, we would
settle down.
Like I get on my bike, I go hang out with friends, we'd ride around town, and I would always, when I was a little kid, I would ride my bike and we'd go down to the end of the street where they're still building houses, and we would get into we'd go off a ramp into like a pool of mud because we thought it was cool. And my dad was like, you guys could get hurt, and he comes and he starts like hitting us with a stick to get us to go back to our house. He's like,
you're gonna get hurt, so I'm gonna hurt you instead.
He's like corralling us down the street. Or like when I was in high school, because I didn't have a car for most of high school, I would ride my bike and I would go like a whole day. I'd vanish we didn't have cell phones, so I'd vanish for a whole day, come back, and my parents were like, where were you? I was like, I went on a bike ride over to this place. And they're like, that's 16 miles away. You did not do that. I'm like, I did do that. I was so bored, I went to Marion's Pizza 16 miles away to go play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4-player arcade game and have a small pizza. That's how bored I was. And my parents were like, no, you didn't. Are you on drugs? What are you doing? Where were you all day? That was my childhood. That was where I was. It was just like, yeah, all right. So
yeah, I think last time we talked about this, I told the story about how my parents' farm is surrounded by woodlands. And I would fully disappear for the whole day too, except I would just go into the woods. And there was one time that my dad straight up did not know where I was and was looking for me, and went into the motorhome that we had on the property and was slamming on the horn because the horn did like a so he was just hitting that over and over again. And I was like, that's so weird. Why is somebody doing that? He was hoping that I would hear that and be like, that's weird. I should come out of the wood, but I never did. And he was just like, fuck, my child's dead in the woods somewhere.
I genuinely have to say to children, to my 1.8%.
Yep.
I feel like even though a cell phone means that you're one call away and you feel safer, something about the freedom to just vanish for a day was so liberating as a kid. And like, if you got lost, you had to find your way back. Like you had to like man the shit up and get okay, I'm gonna have to figure this one out. And it made me love exploring like I can go to any city and get lost and be fine. Like, but so far, potentially I could get brutally murdered. Who knows? But so far, I have the skills, the life skills to be like, okay, I'm not going to panic. I'm just going to like walk towards the coast or like the river or to the building that I recognize and figure, I don't know. It's like a weird vibe that I feel like always having. Sometimes I'm pissed I have a phone on me because I don't want you to call. Like, I don't want to be bugged right now. Yeah. But I have it on me, and you know I have it on me, so I gotta pick this damn thing up. Yeah.
Everyone knows you got it. Like that's the thing. Everyone's like, yeah, I know their phone's on them, because that's the thing. Back in the day, back in my day, you used to have you had to sit down at your computer, right? If you wanted to access your internet or your games, you had to sit there, and then they'd be like, get outside, get off that computer. Now it's always on you, and that's
I see someone in chat say, just turn it off. Here's the thing: we live in a world now where I'm like, I can't just turn it off. Like I if someone needs to contact me, they need to contact me, and I don't want to be that person that's like, what if something happens and I'm needed? Like I gotta answer. What? That just wasn't a thing I could do before. It was like it was removed from my existence. Now I have that thought. Like if I turn it off and something goes down and I can't respond, that's on me. I'm the problem now.
Yeah, but they said just turn off forehead. They're doing a forehead in there.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't know your Twitch.
I didn't pick up on that because I am, as we discussed, the oldest man who ever lived.
Yeah, Skibbity.
You're very. Right.
I didn't catch. If you were to post classic, forehead, like, I don't know what that means.
It's like if you're like, I'm depressed, and it's like, just get happy, forehead. Like
I don't know what that. I don't. Okay, all right. Well, see, no one does that in my chat.
You also like read my your chat 10% of the time.
Yeah, my chat is turned on in nursing homes and for babies. That is my audience. My audience is 1.3%. Yeah, it's babies. The reason why it's older is because it's parents who put me on for babies, and then the old folks. All right, like the person who works at the nursing home puts me on for them because they're like, he gets us. He was talking about the treasure of Sierra Madre. I remember watching that in 1946. One of my favorite. See,
you're cornering the market,
who has the Kishka. He's a good guy. This guy's very funny. Yep,
Crendor.
And then the babies, they're like, he make funny voice.
That's true. He do make funny voice.
Goo-goo.
Really, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The intersectionality.
Does Clark watch YouTube?
Yeah, she watches like DIY stuff.
Oh, so she's not even watching like.
She's not watching Skibbities.
Yeah, she's not watching Skibbities.
No.
She's watching straight up like HGTV for kids.
Yeah, she's watching like Minori make stickers and shit. Yeah, it's good. It's good vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like productive vibes.
Yeah.
You're gaining something from that. You're not
it's productive until she's like, it's, 10 minutes till bedtime. And she's like, I have to do a craft right now. And I'm like, you don't, though. You don't have to do a craft right now because you need to be in bed in 10 minutes. And she'll be like, no, I know how to make a thing in 10 minutes. Don't worry about it. Trust me. And 30 minutes goes by and she's pulled out bobby pins and all kinds of weird shit. And she's like, well, I've lost 4 bobby pins on the ground, but that's okay. I made a picture of a horrifying ghost, bringing it back around. I showed Jesse the ghost during pre-show.
Terrifying
Ghost. And I definitely stepped on a bobby pin. So,
That's like, everybody does that, though. Everybody, it's like 2 a.m. They're like, dude, I should clean. I should just clean everything.
I don't think everybody does that. I think.
But for a kid who's being told it's bedtime now, it's, I don't want to go to bed. I want to do a project.
Yeah, but that's why I say it's a lot of people because they know they're supposed to do something else. And whenever you're supposed to do something else, it makes you want to do something that isn't that thing. I don't think that's
everybody. I feel like it's just us weirdos. I feel like there are actually reasonable people who exist who like go to bed on time and wake up early and do. Yeah, some people don't do 2 a.m. steaks, Crendor. Some people don't grill a steak at 2 a.m.
I wake up at 12:30, so 2 a.m. steak is just like the equivalent of like 4 p.m. for
If I was your neighbor, I'd be like, what is going on over there? Why do I smell steak at 2 a.m.? What is happening?
Listen, all right. So we only do steak once a week. All right. And we split it. We only get 1 steak and we split it. Because like 1 steak for like 1 person, that's like too much for me. So like, plus it's cheaper. Steaks are expensive.
I was on sorry.
I don't even know where I was going. I was just saying I go to bed late, so I wake up. That's why, dude, we had started this podcast 3 p.m. It's great. I actually had sleep.
Nice.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say I was on a Discord call the other day and it was like midnight or something, and I just on a whim decided to start putting together a bed frame, and I was screwing something in, and somebody on the call was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And for some reason, it didn't occur to me that would be extremely loud on the call, and then I had to explain to people that it was midnight. But I was putting together a bed frame, and they were like, "Settle down. You don't need to be doing all that at midnight." So
you got to get it done.
Yeah, you got to get it done.
I wanted to get it done.
Yeah. Do you think that's like a time reclamation thing?
Yeah.
Where it's you spend all your day giving your time to everyone else, and then you finally have time for yourself to get your thing done. Yeah. But it's like midnight, and it makes no sense.
It's also like, if I feel the inclination to do a thing that is something that I want to do, like for me, that will make me feel satisfied, I have to claim it in that moment, because either in the next moment I could be so exhausted I'm going to fall asleep, or something in my house could wake up.
Sure.
Something being like
we don't
an
need
animal,
to put names
child.
or faces to it. Just something could wake up.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
So you're like,
is this going to turn into somebody should take out the trash? Like, that's what happened in my house. My parents would be sitting there and they'd be like, someone should go do this thing. And I'm like,
hate
you
that
mean me?
shit.
You mean me? You mean it's me who you mean? Just say, Jesse, go do this. They'd be like, someone should go do this. That was my entire childhood. Like, someone should go take out the trash, or someone should mow the lawn. And I'm like, fine.
The passive aggressive.
Oh yeah, all the time.
I am working so hard to not do that. To not do that shit. To just be like, hey, I needed to do this. Just not like, wow, if only somebody would mop this floor. But who's gonna do it?
Oh, what sucks is when you're like, yeah, someone should, and they're like, how dare you talk back? We were gonna, oh my God, my mom is a master manipulator. I must stress this to you. So all right, when I was young, my friends would like want to do things or whatever, and my mom would be like, hey, you need to do this before you can go out. And I'm like, but they're going right now, Mom, and I want to go now. She'd be like, no, you have to do that first. I'm like, I'll do it when I get back. She's like, no, you have to do that first. I'm like, oh my God, I get like so mad. She's like, I was gonna let you go, but I'm not gonna let you go now. I'm like, what the hell just happened? She's like, now you have to spend all night cleaning that up. And I'm like, what? I just, how'd you get me? She's like, shouldn't have yelled at me like that. I'm like, every time it would happen so much. I'd be like, I fell into the trap again. She like sets it and is like, sorry, not tonight, sucker. And I'm like, what? Every time without fail. Just, she was like, yes, an emotional teenager. What a fool. I'm like, no, Mom, I want to go now. And she's like,
I'm going to ruin his social life.
This poor fool. He thinks he's going to enjoy a night out with his hoodlum friends. Not tonight. He must clean the garage. I'm like, no. Every time it happened. Every time.
And then you ended up driving your bike 16 hours or whatever.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that I want to get 16 miles away on a bike. That's strange.
Yeah.
Very, very weird.
My kid and I try to like establish, if something is obviously not working, we'll have a convo that's like, okay, next time that we run into this, let's try doing it this way. And so she's started suggesting stuff too. But then when we get there and we're doing it, she'll be like, why are we doing it this way? Like, sometimes she goes to breakfast club at school, which is like an early bird thing, and it gives her like a half an hour to just chill before school actually starts. And we've had a couple of times now where I've signed her up for breakfast club because she's asked me to, but then once it was time to get dressed, she was like, but I don't wanna get dressed. And then we have an altercation where I'm like, I already signed you up, dude, so you gotta get dressed. You asked for this, right? And she was like, how about next time don't sign me up unless I'm dressed. And I was like, I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea. So next time that you ask for Breakfast Club, I will say to you, okay, get dressed, and then I'll sign you up. And she was like, great. I was like, okay. And then literally today, she was like, I really want to do Breakfast Club. And I was like, okay, get dressed. And she didn't get dressed. And she was like, are we doing Breakfast Club? And I was like, I don't know. Are we? You have to get dressed, dude. And she was like, wait, why? And I was like, because you established a new rule, dude. I'm giving you a lot of agency here to come up with rules that we agreed on together as a family. So, sometimes, all this to say, sometimes, even doing your best to communicate really well with your kid, you wind up in a situation where you're both like,
there's also some people like that. They're like 70 years old. They're still like that.
Yes. Yeah, that does not change for some people. Yeah, but this is also why I just will not have kids. The conversation you just said,
yeah,
I know I'd say something that you shouldn't say to a kid. You know what I mean? Like I have very little filter. That poor kid would be traumatized by like how angry I would be about them wasting my time. Like, how dare you, child? I did this for you. Oh, I'd be so. No. I am in no position to raise another human being because that kid would end up messed up, and I don't want to put that out on the world. I don't want a monster.
I think it's important to recognize that in yourself. Like,
I do.
I do not have the patience for this.
Oh yeah.
I have so much patience. Too much patience, maybe. A lot of patience.
You got a lot of patience.
A lot. Yeah.
I mean,
impatience.
I want to believe that if I did have a kid, I would be like I'd be nicer and kinder. Y'all, I'm terrified that I will not. Because I'm like, I don't know. Some people watch my streams. I'm very nice. I'm kind. I'm a good person deep down in my soul. But every once in a while, I'll play a game that gets me so mad that like Angry Jesse comes out.
Yeah.
And Angry Jesse's not a good guy. Angry Jesse, like, will turn on chat. He'll turn on the game. He'll turn on friends. He'll like be, and then I'll snap out of it and I'll be like, oh God, that was weird. And I'll be like, you're so mean. I'm like, what do you mean? I don't remember what happened. Oh yeah,
I blacked out,
Jekyll
dude.
Hyde. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. If you just
mad.
There's a few times we played Blood Bowl or there's like some other game, and I could tell. Like I was like, dude, I'm up 3-0 now, and there's just silence. There's nothing on the other end. I'm just talking like, yep, all right, here we go. Just still silence. I'm like,
become pure salt, like a biblical pillar of salt. Just so angry. And I don't want to be here. I hate doing this. I hate you. Why'd you convince me to do this? You suck. Oh yeah. Which I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I actively avoid scenarios where I will become like that because I don't like it. I don't want to be that. Like, that's why I'm not playing Blood Bowl. I don't want to have to go do that again. That sucked for me too.
That's growth, though. That's knowing yourself, dude. Yeah. Being like, I'm not going to put myself into a position where I turn into Darth Jesse.
That's right. Like, I don't want to have to like force choke you.
Yeah.
Because
no one wants that.
Let me be super real with y'all. If I had force powers, I would definitely have force choked someone to death by now. Like, I would have. Like, and you couldn't have stopped me. It would have happened because like it was easy to do.
Can I?
Because I was like,
I feel
how
like
dare you?
I've known you for long enough that I need to point out two separate things that you consistently talk about yourself.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The first one being, I just want everybody to love me so much.
True.
True. I just want everyone to be happy and to enjoy what I'm doing and to love me.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other part of you that at any opportunity will be like, I am the villain. I am the villain among you all. If given the opportunity, I would murder everyone. These two, they're not the same guy. They can't. They're not the same.
If I could find a way to
they're not
force
the
you all
same
to love
boy.
me. If I could like force you to like just like, you know, rule as a beautiful tyrant. You know? Like you all love me because of my beauty and my authority. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Some sort of glorious, like Galadriel. Yes, if I could be a Galadriel with the ring, that's what I would do. If I was ring-based Galadriel, yes, right. That is who I want to be.
Okay, so you're Galadriel. Great.
I am Galadriel.
All right.
Yes.
Yep.
That's it. That's who I am. Yeah. I'm the Galadriel. I'm the beautiful elf.
Guys,
Dodger.
Will you do one day, maybe when we're all ancient, will you guys do the Hobbit LARP with me?
So like
what does that mean?
There's a LARP. There's a LARP where everybody is just a hobbit and everybody gets together and dances and eats a lot of good food, and that's the whole LARP. In England. What? In England. Just come here, dress as a hobbit, and come do a LARP with me. Great, done.
So it's done. Is it like a once a year special event they throw or something?
Yeah, it's like I think it's once a year. Yeah, it's a Hobbit LARP.
Hobbit LARP.
I'm here for that. I'm trying to think. Crendor is obviously Elrond. I'm trying to feel like what are you like Glorfindel? Who is Dodger? What elf is Dodger? Like,
I've never been called an elf in my life.
I know, which is why it's tough.
In a world where hobbits exist, it's not.
Tough.
Yeah. It's not my vibe, dude.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's
I don't know what to do for you.
Who's the shortest elf in the Lord of the Rings canon?
I'm looking through elves right now.
Looking through elves. Looking through elves.
Yeah. There's Tariel.
Yeah.
No.
I guess. There's Thingolfin.
Keebler. There we go.
Dodger is the Keebler elves. Yeah.
Yeah, the Keebler elves.
Galadriel, Elrond, and Keebler.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. Making the cookies. Yeah. Crendor lives in like a cool forest town protecting a sword.
Yep.
Dodger makes cookies in a tree.
Yep.
And I, if given the opportunity to have a ring of power, would destroy the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But I give everyone great gifts and I just want people to love me. I get like have some water. Have some cookies I made that taste terrible, but will keep you full.
They're no Keebler elf cookies.
Right. No. Mine are more like bread. Just like really dense bread.
Yeah.
Like just terrible. Like I probably shouldn't have baked that. But here you go. I wrapped it in a leaf. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I give gifts. I'm a big gift giver. I like giving gifts.
Right.
Wow. I'm really starting to realize that I am in fact Galadriel the elf. This is a thing
this
that
is pretty crazy.
This is I don't know. I don't know that I like this.
Ooh.
No.
Yep.
Guys, we've gone over the 2-hour mark.
Damn.
Because we're
it's
yappers.
just fun talking.
Yeah.
Because we yap. Because we yap.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like yapping used to be like with 1930s, like they're yapping about something, and now it's like come back around where people are like, yo, he's yapping.
It has.
Fingers crossed for Bee's Knees. I hope it comes back.
Bees. It already has in critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV.
Did it?
There's a dance you can learn called the Bee's Knees.
How's this guy not know that? He's the Final Fantasy guy.
Yeah, it's not as good as the Manderville, but like whatever. It's like it's fine. It's cool.
You were looking at me like I had it wrong.
Are you looking it up?
No.
Fake Final Fantasy. You know what? I'm a fake.
I don't need to look it up because I know the dance is called the Bee's Knees.
I'm convinced I'm a fake nerd. I am just stringing you all along.
Yeah.
I'm so fake.
It's true.
I've gotten by so many years just being fake. Yeah.
So ethereal.
So ethereal, so beautiful.
Just a lock of your hair.
Right.
Please.
I whisper to you about the fall of man frequently.
Yeah.
It's
typically when you're not even there.
Right.
It's very strange.
And the crazy thing is, every day when you wake up, I do a voiceover for you. Like, long ago, in the age before man. And you're like, what? Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why I do those things.
Oh my goodness. All right, Crendor, what's everybody's homework?
Homework. I don't know. You can watch Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. That's kind of fitting. You could. I'm still watching Sailor Moon. We're about to finish season 3.
Oh, nice.
On to season 4 then, and then I don't know, homework. Like, you know what? I was actually going to go back and try Divinity Original Sin 2 again to see how it compares to Baldur's Gate 3. So I was like, I think it's pretty
fun,
similar,
dude.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember we all played it when it came out that one time, and then shenanigans occurred. So I remember that.
Someone said the homework could be Homestar Runner because Jesse insisted that everybody should go watch Homestar
don't do
Runner.
that.
So
No, don't do that. I don't want to be told that how wrong I am.
No, you already asked.
I don't
You
want
already
to be told I'm
asked them
wrong.
for their opinion.
No.
Watch
And if you tell me your opinion, I will
HomestarRunner.com.
smite you with my glorious beauty. What?
Yeah, go watch Homestar Runner. Check it out. Give Jesse your opinion on it. That's your homework. Also, July 16th, go check out the Midnight Sloth Dodger Coffee Midnight Sloth.
Also, on July 16th, our game Gestalt comes out. July 16th, big day. Big day, big day.
True.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get the game, get the coffee.
Get the game, get the coffee.
Drink the coffee, play the game.
Scrunch in. Get Smoopy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go watch Pointless Top 10 Things You Never Noticed in World of Warcraft. Go to Twitch TV Crendor. Give me 55 subs, 55 primes, 55 fries, 55 bits.
This is the outros now. Crendor,
this is
Crendor's outro.
Right.
Yeah, I'll actually be doing my birthday stream next week. My birthday.
Ooh.
Yeah. I turned 35.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this old man.
Not so stick anymore.
God.
Yeah.
What is when is your birthday?
19. Next week.
Are we gonna have a birthday party for you at the live show?
Oh,
I mean, it's not my birthday yet.
I think someone should bring a cake. I'm not gonna do it. Like, I wouldn't do it, but somebody should bring a cake.
You can also give me like $35 because that's my age. So you give me like $35. I'll take that instead of the cake.
No.
Jesse.
Somebody should get a cake.
No, you just pitched yourself as Galadriel. You bring the fucking cake.
Yeah, well,
you said I love to give gifts.
Yeah, no, but the gift I'm gonna give him is like, I'm gonna give him like a rag and call it a cloak and give him like a shitty pin and be like, put this on.
Okay, but if you don't, I'm gonna find out about it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'll bring the sheet from my hotel. Be like, here you go, I'll bring a hotel towel and wrap it around you. Like, here you go, enjoy.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah,
35 cakes, 35 fries, 35 subs.
35 subs, please.
Yeah,
we need all the 35 subs we can get. I gotta pay for this car, dude. 35 subs, 35 primes.
Well, happy early birthday, Cranner. Thanks for being on the pod, dude. I hope you guys have a good live show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I mean, it'll be a show. Yeah,
it will be a show.
It will be a show.
It'll be a show that we did live.
One of the shows of all time.
Jesse, aside from certainly a show that is live, what have you got going on?
Let me just remind everyone again, Gestalt comes out on the 16th. We would love it if you would pick it up over on Steam or GOG or wherever the hell you want to buy the game. We don't care. And yeah, please, by all means, check out our nonsense. This was an episode where I realized I'm 1,000 years old, and all my bits turned out to just be like, Jesse's kind of a weirdo. So there you go. That's pretty fun. And
this guy's walking in front of teenage TikTok girls dancing.
Yeah, this guy is stalking teenage TikTokers, and he's threatening us with choking, and he keeps calling himself beautiful. It's very bizarre. We don't know what this guy's doing.
Says he hates children. He doesn't want them.
Yeah, he says he hates children, but he's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on with this guy. So once again, that's what I get for speaking without thinking. It's been great so far, really helping the career. And then on the 20th, I finally start Final Fantasy 14. That's a Saturday, 10 a.m.
Oh,
I'll see you there. Be square.
Fantastic.
Yeah, there you go. Enjoy.
YouTube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast.
That's true. Word. What are you doing, Dukes?
Oh, gosh. I've been trying to kill an old lady in a video game for like 4 days. So maybe I'll be successful. Who knows? Aside from that, I don't know. I don't know.
What is the game?
9 Souls. I've been talking about this game for like 3 weeks.
I was really
now.
hoping you would just end at I've been trying to kill an old lady.
I've been trying to kill an old lady, but not successful yet. I'm gonna keep working on it.
Goof, and it would have been weird. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm just trying to kill an old lady, and then I would think, oh, that doesn't sound right. But I'm already committed.
But I've already committed. Next thing
you know,
and that's what
I'm doing another
about
bit
you.
about how I'm Galadriel. Yeah. So
yeah, if you feel like something is maybe a little too spicy, you just redirect.
Right, and then you keep redirecting until you come full circle, and then you're like, oh no, I made this way worse.
Wait a minute. So Dodger is killing an old lady though.
Oh wait, right. Even though it's
speaking of an old lady. Speaking of an old lady, I forgot about this one comic I found I used to read, and it's called Mother Goose and Grimm.
Mother Goose and Grimm. I used to read that too.
Yeah, it's the old goose lady, and then there's all the little animal guys who are like the dog.
That's good.
That's a good one. Made me think of that.
Everybody have an amazing rest of your weekend. We will see you next Friday. Correct, Jesse? We're good for next week?
Truther. That's a big truther.
That's a truther. So take care of yourselves, everybody. Thanks so much for watching, and thank you, Crendor, for being our guest. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for having me, Dr. Coffee.
Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.